Good morning, all you beautiful fellas. Good morning, Clarko the dog trainer. What's up, dude? Good morning, Teeny from Earth. Good morning, Brazy. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Gemini. Good morning, Heritage. Good morning, Tom again. Why not? Joel, emoji. Sure. We take those. Good morning, Anthony. Sorry I missed you there for a quick sec. Good morning, Vincer. I will be going over the Twitch recap today. I'm excited for that. Good morning, Keyblade. What's up, dude? How's your PokeMMO journey been? Good morning, Alice. What's up? I'll be going over my Twitch recap today as soon as possible. To make sure everything is lined up appropriately. Dude, I can't believe there's around 23 days until the XMAS event, which is so crazy, man. Clarko, I know. There's just Clarko. I'm gonna be honest. I'm already working too many hours. I'm doing too, but like it's one of those things that takes 5 minutes. You know, I get you. What was your favorite number? Wait, what's my favorite? Wait, what's my favorite number? What's up, Karma? Oh, I'm dumb. I didn't even realize. Yeah, tomorrow is what's it called? No, I know, Clarko. I know you don't. It just makes me feel bad when you bring up something I haven't done every day. You know, I know you don't mean it, but it's not a great, you know, not a great feeling. No, you're fine, dude. Don't worry about it. Just gotta let you know, so I don't, you know, I don't want to like one of those. You know, it's a great example of I don't want to feel bad and then not tell someone and then them keep doing it or something like that, and then me feel bad every day, and then we kind of just go in the, I'd rather communicate and be like, hey man, not a big deal, don't worry about it, but let's just, you know, nip it in the bud type beat. Your favorite number? I didn't even realize tomorrow before, what is hilarious. Feel bad in the future? I think maybe just not first thing. That's a really emotionally intelligent question, Clarko. I think not doing it first thing is nice. I think once we're a bit further into the stream, I think that's a great, yeah, that's a really, really good question. It's kind of like we're already getting into the, can we have a fucking, like, not that it's funny, like the philosophy memes. No, I do the same shit, Clarko. I do the same shit. I do the same exact shit. It's like, imagine you come home from work after a hard day of work and your wife is like, hey sweetie, welcome home, did you take out the trash? And it's like, I just got home, you know, like, fuck, like, yes sweetie, I would love to take out the trash, do you mind if I have like 15 minutes to sit down, you know, type beat. And it's one of those things, you just fucking learn a little bit, you know. No one's really wrong. You gotta take out the trash. No one's wrong there. No one's right or wrong. It's just like a funny little thing. Anyways, dude, I'm honored to hear it, man. No, dude, you're perfect, Clarko. It's literally like the smallest. It's a great example of like a small, it's beautiful we live in a world where these are the things that we're ironing out. Like the small, like our problems are so small in the grand scheme of things. We have the ability and energy to iron out like super micro, like, you know, conversational things. It's kind of a beautiful thing, dude. So ditto speed IV. It's a great, well, here, let's do the intro. It's a great question though, David. I do want to talk about it. And I'm honored to hear it, Keyblade. That's the best news I could possibly receive, dude. What's up? What's up? Anyways. Okay. Can I eat it? I hope so, you know. What's the point of gaining a skill if you can't eat it, right? Is that the path we're going down? Okay, let me Alrighty, fellas, good morning. What's up, PokeMMO community? How you doing today? My name's Patrouski. Welcome to our PokeMMO stream recap, your daily source of tips, tricks, information, discussion, and what's happening inside the PokeMMO community. First things first, I gotta shout out my not even my European viewers, but the European PokeMMO community. I know it's been a bumpy ride over the past 16 hours. I've been keeping tabs on it. I've been keeping aware of it. I want to talk about it. For those who don't know, there was a big server change in PokeMMO recently, as of like 16 hours ago, 20 hours ago, yesterday evening. There was a big server change. It did seem to be massively positive and positively impactful for most people. However, there is a part of the European community that is getting got really boned, and hopefully it seems to have been resolved a lot. There were a lot of European players who went from like 120 ping up to like 250 ping. That is, I think that's like unplayable. Like it's hard to justify something like that. I think it's gotten better. Now, since then, they've released a hot fix, a quick patch that you can go ahead and relaunch your game, install, and it should fix things to a decent degree. The goal is obviously, I think the players and the devs have the same goal, and we have to keep that in mind. All of our goals is to lower the ping for as many people as possible to as low as possible. I don't think they want any player base to have, you know, 200 plus ping. That's ridiculous. I logged in today and I had 130 ping. I'm currently sitting around 72, 70, 68 ping, so I'm doing okay. I'm happy with that. For a lot of people, it should have gotten better. Yeah, some Australian players saying they went from 300 to 240. This should be a massively positive change. However, I don't want those to be negatively affected to be ignored, and not like that's a really important part of the conversation, right? So I'm happy that this is overall a positive change, but I'm also feeling and empathizing for the European players. Anybody who is being affected negatively, like that sucks, especially like when you're egging. I'm hoping that it smooths out with more updates. The biggest thing is there's a big change, a big server change, and it's only been around for less than 20 hours as of right now. I'm hoping with just more time and more, you know, adjustments, we smooth it all out. I'm guessing that it's just going to take a little bit of time to smooth it. And it already is mostly smooth for a lot of players once again, but some players are still experiencing issues, and we're ironing out the kinks there. So I think it hopefully with more time should be a overall amazingly, it already is an overall amazingly positive change, but there's still some big problems that need to be solved. So hopefully we see those problems solved by the developers. Next thing, let's cover our news. And I appreciate hearing everyone's. I've been listening, trying to hear everybody's stories, everybody's perspective. Like a lot of people saying they're getting positive changes, a lot of people experiencing negative changes. It's really important to get that full picture as much as possible. Let's go ahead and cover catch events, though. There are catch events coming up in PokeMMO. There's one tomorrow, or today if you're watching the recap, on December 3rd, Wednesday at 1 p.m. ET. I'm excited for this time zone for this catch event. At Twist Mountain in Unova, you can catch Triagonal and Cubchoo and get nature bonuses of +3 for Adamant, +3 for Modest, and have a chance to win a shiny Cubchoo plus 1,000 RP, which is a perfect time to win that RP right before the Christmas event. I can't believe right now we're about 23 days away from the Christmas event, which is kind of insane. Like that fucked me up to hear out loud. That's so insane. So I'm excited to see what the hell happens there. Next up, Safari Zone catch event, I believe. Johto Safari Zone catch event over in the Marshland. This is on the 6th of December at 2 p.m. ET in the Safari Zone Johto Marshland. You can catch Coughing, Ekans, Arbok, and Grimer over here. Have a chance for a shiny Arbok. Why would you ever pick Ekans? Arbok is so much better. Shiny Arbok chance and 500 RP. They're evening out the RP a bit more. Not to reply, what the hell? They're evening out the RP a bit more over for this event, which I think is fine. I've talked about this. I think it's cool to see first place gets less RP with this reward structure, but third and fourth place get more. And if you're already winning a free shiny, like as someone who's won and placed in catch events, I don't mind getting less RP as the first place player so that the third and fourth can get more. I'm already winning a shiny. I don't really, I don't mind that. There is also the Twitch 2025 recap. We will be covering this in great detail and doing a full video on this, but I'm not going to bore you guys with the detail in the stream recap. If you want to watch the video, hell yeah. There'll be some chatters, like names who pop up. I think that's one of the coolest elements, is like appreciating the Twitch chatters who are active and hang out and talk and all these things. Because like what makes a good streamer, it's so much of the chat. I say this all the time, like streamers can do it's best case scenario 50-50. Literally best case scenario, chat, the streamer is like entertaining 50%, and the chats that bounce off, that back and forth mechanic, that back and forth banter matters so much when it comes to streaming. So to take us into pretty much chat would be phenomenal. Let's continue on with the community showcase, one of my favorite segments of the stream recap. Let's go ahead and talk about it. First things first, Zipper got a shiny egg Chikorita, something he's been hunting for a very, very long time, because they got it at 39,000 eggs, almost 40,000. 39,440 eggs for this Chikorita. To give you an idea, I bet Zipper's gonna get a little knot in his stomach as we calculate these numbers, as I would. To give you an idea of how much this cost, that is going to be an average of 5,000 Pokeyen per Ditto times 39,440. This Chikorita, most likely, it's such a big number, it goes off the calculator. This Chikorita, oh goodness gracious, this Chikorita most likely cost Zipper almost 200 million Pokeyen to hunt. 200 million Pokeyen consumed. That is not assuming the cost of shiny charms, of donator status. That's going to crank that number up. It is expensive to shunt an egg shiny. It is expensive to get a rare. Not to mention the time. The time that Zipper put into this. This guy, it's so crazy. We get desensitized to egg and rare shinies like this. This is a monumental lifetime achievement. Most people, I would bet you that less than 1% of players in Pokemon will ever get an egg shot. Maybe less than that. Maybe it's like 0.01. I'm really curious the math on that. I don't know the numbers, but I would guesstimate it's a very, 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 very small percentage of players that will ever get an egg shiny within PokeMMO or a rare of any sort. Next up, one of the most unique journeys, unique players I've ever seen. This is Moongrab, okay? And I love what they're doing. Moongrab is really trying to hunt a shiny legendary. This is something that is not really feasible in PokeMMO. Like right now, it's not really doable, because the problem is you can only get one legendary encounter in Kanto and Johto per month. So you get 2 encounters per month. We don't know the shiny rate is actually a hidden behind the scenes metric for legendaries. We don't know what it is. We don't even know the encounter of the legendary itself. The encounter for the legendary is somewhere between 1 in 2,000 and 1 in 8,000, but we don't know what that exact number is. And this is just crazy to me. Look how many legendaries this person has hunted. We see what, 4, 5, 6, 7. This person has probably caught every single legendary since the release of, like, almost all of them since their release. 7 Articunos. Is that 10 Zapdoses? 9 Moltres, I believe. Or 8 Suicunes. This is just insane. This is just insane. This is such consistency over a long period of time. This is such a cool, dedicated... He's been hunting these for probably at least a year. At least a year, be my guess, if not longer. And he's got alt accounts doing all of it as well. Maybe with the alt accounts, to be fair, maybe he's doing it in like a few months. But it's hard to tell. So just amazing work from him. I wish him the best of luck. It is a tall order to hunt for a legendary, is what we call it in PokeMMO. But good luck to you, man. Moon grab. Next up, unfortunately, Ali lost himself a shiny Hoppip, but then just 1,000 encounters later got himself a shiny Litwick. You love to see the redemption. Shiny Hoppip, one of the most dangerous shinies to catch in PokeMMO. Uses access to Rage Powder, Memento. Can be a really, really scary shiny to actually catch when you get it in the horde itself. I love shiny Hoppip personally. Next up, Agathia, a player who was really stuck on getting Heatran. It's a really tough fight. I think it's a really important thing to remember how difficult Heatran is for the average player. And like, I think a lot of times we get myself, and when I say we, I mean myself. I think sometimes we as endgame players, and I'm, you know, barely in that range, but like sometimes endgame players in PokeMMO forget what the average plight of the average player is and how hard things are. And I've seen people, you know, I've seen new players join PokeMMO and be like, oh, how hard are raids? And endgame players be like, oh, they're piss easy. And it's like, no, they're really not easy if you're a new player. They're easy if you have all the PVM mons that you have stocked up and you know all the strategies and you've done them before, you know, but it's difficult. It's really, really hard. This person, Agathia, spent 3 days battling Heatran and finally was able to take it down, and that is an accomplishment if I've ever seen one. Congratulations to them, as well as they are currently shunting. So they're playing all parts of the game. They beat Heatran. They're also getting into shiny hunting. We can see 2 Bibarel phases on the way to a Ralts shunt is my guess. I'm hoping that they can get some good luck there. Really solid shunts here, 32,000 encounters and then 23k for 2 Bibarels. That's a good solid foundation. They said that they were pretty bummed about it. They're really hoping for Ralts, obviously, and that's a really good, I think you're putting in the work, gotta just keep going. And that's the hard truth of PokeMMO, is that you can't really control the outcome to some extent with shiny hunting. All you can do is never give up, and as long as you never give up, you will eventually win. As long it's an endurance game, it's an endurance test. PokeMMO is all about your survivability and testing your resolve. At least shiny hunting, to be fair, let me qualify. Shiny hunting is all about never giving up. So good luck to you, Agathia. That is the achievement showcase for today. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the game and actually play some of the video game. Do my Jimmy run. I've really been enjoying my Ironman account. If you have not seen the series, go check it out on my channel. It's a great way to see how to like kick off your account. If you're a new player in PokeMMO, check out my Ironman series. My Touch Grass series was a really good, in my opinion, good series, a secretly good series on how to start as a new player. It wasn't just, you know, touching grass. It wasn't just getting your steps in and, you know, being outside. It was also, hey, if I were a new player in PokeMMO, this is what I would do. I would buy an HM Dragonite. I would get a Jimmy Run team. And this is how much I paid for it, and how to make Pokeyen from scratch. Making Pokeyen from scratch is tough right now in PokeMMO, and I'm trying to cover that in a lot more detail and hopefully help some of these new players out. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if not, that's okay. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos, and let's jump into the action. Ooh, we're yapping today, boys. I'm feeling pretty good about fucking December. I think December is the fucking month of the PokeMMO rehabilitation. Okay, I believe in us. Hopium. Shout out. Yes, Agathia, dude, fucking good work. What's up? Fucking nice work. Storylines are my least favorite part of PokeMMO. Beating a whole region in one sitting is a fucking... I've done it. It's like my nightmare task. Good for you. Good for you. What's up, Jay, by the way? Yap, Sember. I'm excited, man. Fucking... Yeah, Larko, much love to you, man. I think so... Like, once again, if you're feeling down, guys, I'm with you. I love you. I know. I get it. I think a lot of us, I think a lot of people are being hit by fucking... I think the world's weird right now. I think a lot of people are being hit by fucking seasonal depression. I think there's a lot of negativity, a lot of hatred out there. All we can do is if we're earnest and we're trying our fucking best, all we can do is just come together, yap together, and just fucking play PokeMMO, have fun, and try to find the fucking beauty in the cool things that are there, you know, even though it's tough right now. Earth, Wind, Fire song. It's okay based. Yeah, I think it's a lot of my community right now, Clarko. It's just us, like, everybody has, most humans have the same goals in life. And we forget that. We get lost in the semantics, dude. Most humans, like, I fully believe that everybody in the PokeMMO community just wants to, like, have fun and play the best game possible, you know? I think we get lost in the semantics sometimes and get lost in disagreements. And I think we got to just try to remember that we're all here for the same goals. The moment you start thinking that like, oh, like people don't want the same goals or the devs are out to get me or things like that, that's when like there's no conversation to be had. If your position is, oh, all the devs care about is money, the devs just want to milk the player base, I can't have a conversation with you because you've decided your position and it's an immovable position. There's no conversation to be had. If that's the case, you need to either play the game and enjoy it or like move on to something you do. It's an unfightable position. It's an unarguable position. Yeah, dude, I'm just trying to. December is the month of dumb. I'm trying to get dumber. I couldn't agree more. And there's not a whole lot of room for growth there. I'm already pretty dumb, but I actually like couldn't agree. Yes, Giga Chad. What's the meme where it's like this PokeMMO shit get too serious? I feel like everybody just needs to like dumb themselves down. We all just gotta get dumber and fucking play the video game and like shiny hunt and laugh and talk about veggie lasagna once again. It's a great question. Great question from Oliver in chat. What are the cosmetic changes about? I'm gonna hop over to my main account really quick so I can show you. That was a really good question. I don't actually have anything. I don't believe I have anything on the Iron Man account where I can show that change. It's a pretty small change for the most part, I believe. But it is a nice. So I think the Skull helmet has it. Let's go double check. They made a change where you can more easily adjust your style, more like, and I think. So let's put on the orange flaming skull, right? So when you put on the orange flaming skull, it looks like this, and I think the change is being able to click it like that and then turn it off. I think that, so it's a little more flexibility, which like it's a really small little thing, but in my opinion, it's extra flexibility in your outfits, extra flexibility in your vanities, extra flexibility in your expression, which is super important. Vanities and personal expression is so important on an MMO. When you are loading into a game, to look at that screen for thousands of hours, every single, year perhaps, right? You better like your character. You better like the way your character looks. You better like your username. You have to like enjoy all of those elements because it makes up of what your account is, what your experience is. It really affects, it's like living in a home that's like dirty. So, like that really bothers some people. They won't be able to be happy. It really, you have to factor in to really put some care and effort into your visual experience because it will impact your mood and your enjoyment of the game. Just like why having, the IGN femboy is so important. That probably makes this guy like extremely happy. So you really just gotta factor in those kind of little details. Isn't customization? Ooh, wait, that's cool. Wait, yes, thank you, Stuart, over in chat. Yes. This is a better representation of the change. So it says Flaming Demon Skull alt versus Flaming Demon Skull over in the customization tab. Yes, good call. So you can see it a lot more clearly while you're over. I also love. I think this character customization tab is super underutilized. I mean like myself. I don't use it enough. This is very, very cool. That's a really cool. That's awesome. That's sick to see. Thank you for that, Stuart. I fucking appreciate that. I was literally wondering that, like, has that been there, but I wasn't 100% sure. Thank you. Put my vampire fangs back on. Then let me swap back to the Iron Man account. Dude, this is like so. I know for people who work outside or do certain jobs, the snow is so annoying, so I'm so sorry, but I am jealous of you, On Point. I've been literally looking out the window, looking outside, fucking trying to see snow. I'm like, please, please, please let it snow. Oh my god. On Point, you know what? Can anybody help On Point with a trade evolution? If not, I'll just come help you. I'm a meteorologist? Fuck yeah, that'll do. I can't imagine. I can't imagine like the quick, like on top of news stuff you have to be as a meteorologist. Dude, that's probably one of the jobs where like I need the meteorologist take on this, but I bet you it's a fucking stressful job. Like I bet you like how many people get fucking pissed if you're off on the snow prediction by like 1 inch? Oh my god, I can't imagine. And you're like probably you're also like faceless. People are way more likely to like harass, flame, attack someone who's faceless, like so if you're like the meteorologist, versus like the weatherman, you know? I don't know. I don't know though, actually. I'm not sure. Where are my weathermen in chat? F? Hopefully not. The type of work you do in the career field. Super fair. Little F? Okay. I'll take a little F. A little F for your mama. I'm sorry. Okay. That's me. Do we actually have weatherman? That'd be fucking. That's a cool meme. Pat, what's up, Cody? My recap. We do need to watch the recap. You're too nice, Cody. Do I gotta do the fucking... I'm a goat, so I gotta do like the... Bah! Anyways. Shunt for Heracross. Ooh, good question. What is the best shunt for Heracross? Is it single encounter over at Pattern Bush? I gotta brush up on my shiny knowledge. I'm gonna get... Ooh, you might be able to... You can actually repel trick Heracross over in... Is it Route 12 in Unova? It's kind of expensive. You can either repel trick, which is a very specific shunt, or you could just single encounter at like Pattern Bush. Great question. Heracross is a cool shiny. Good luck to you. Good luck, good luck. Okay. Let's get back to alrighty, fellas, we have another beautiful wintry day on the Ironman account. I'm gonna be peeking out the window, peeking outside to see if it snows. We'll see what happens. We have another gym run to do. I tried to farm amulet coins yesterday, but to no avail. We kept even, I think, maybe like +1. We might be like +1 positive on amulet coins. I was very distracted yesterday, and then the maintenance servers, you know, yesterday was craziness. I did not make nearly as much progress as I would have liked to make, so hopefully we can make up for some of that today. Lock in, actually play the Ironman account, not just yap, and really work towards some of this progress and work towards that XMAS preparation. Hoping this plays out nicely. I'm excited for XMAS prep, dude. Am I cooked? I mean, I'm fucking honored. That's crazy, Gemini. We'll do the should we do the Twitch recap after the Jimmy run or during? I think maybe in a bit. Give people time to flood in type beat. We'll see how it plays out. Dude, okay, this is gonna sound fucked up. It is kind of fucked up. I was watching some of my old... Oh, this is Jimmer number 70. I need to update my... it's 76, actually. I missed yesterday. I was watching some of my old streams. Not out of my own free will. I was doing it because I needed to research the Christmas event. And that requires me watching... Like, it requires me watching my own content, which I hate. But it's something I kind of, you know... That and, like, watching other content and Excel spreadsheets and all that. It's been a lot... I've been putting a lot of research into the XMAS event memes. What's up, Eboja? How you doing? What's up, Pano? How you doing? Good look on the Heracross, Sean. I miss shunting. That's honestly like the toughest. I think I miss the most on the Ironman account. The Ironman account is so focused on, like, there's just so much. There's so much upkeep you have to do on an Ironman account. Constantly clearing your boxes, constantly breeding, constantly amulet coin farming, you know, things like that. So you just miss out on a lot of stuff like that, you know? How are you doing? What's up, Alice? I'm doing good today, you know? I mean, it is what, you know? I'm good. I love streaming. It's been a weird period. I've been up and down a lot. Yeah, you know, it's life. It is what it is. Things could be a lot worse type beat. And I've just been loving streaming. Streaming makes me fucking happy. So that's where we're at. How much you've watched Pat this year? How much have you watched me while also... How many times have you, like, flamed me? That's the real question. This guy was nice. Also, I love the name. Okay, Gilgamesh. I do need to go ahead and update my Typhlosion's name. I do want to focus way more. I've been locked out. I've been locked out of my PokeMMO grinds. I gotta lock in. I have tons of XMAS prep guides coming. They're just not ready yet. I'm trying to... I woke up at 9 a.m. today, and I worked on it from 9 a.m. until 11 or 11:30. I think 11. And then so I woke up at 9, worked on the XMAS guide from 9 to 11, took a shower, and then as soon as I got out of the shower, it's just preparation for the stream. It is funny. You wouldn't expect, like, oh, what preparations do you need Dude, it takes me like 30 to 45 minutes at this point to get ready to go live in terms of like all the lighting and for this rinky-dink stream, I know it fucking might I know, dude, that's what's crazy. The lighting and the, you know, the achievement stuff, the community achievements, the browser page, the catch events, just running over and practicing and like figuring out like how am I gonna open, like what's the conversation points, what do I touch, what I do know. It's really funny. It's a good reminder that even the shittiest quality of content is takes a second. Have you get a Mew raid? Ooh, dude, I don't know why I've completely forgotten about this. This was a legitimate thing to bring up. In case we get a Mew raid, what do you think the best Pokemon will be? I mean, for a Mew raid, probably just dark type attackers. I do want to touch on, there is a really decent chance we see, well, it's a good question. The main raid that we're looking at is going to be what is going to take over the Alpha Suicune raid, or will we even get something? So there are 12 Christmas raids coming up. Then there is Jirachi, and then last year there, and it's almost, I would say it's a 95% chance that we see the same Christmas raids from last year this year, because we've seen the same Halloween raids from the past 2 years or so back to back to back. So I think if that pattern continues, there's a very like 95% chance the raids, that 12 raids we saw last year for Christmas, will be the same ones this year. Keep that information in mind. You can use that to, you can abuse that and prepare ahead of time, right? And I have tons of guides coming out on that hopefully very soon. I'm working really hard on getting XMAS prep guides ready as soon as possible, but it's been a slow moving thing, so my apologies. Hopefully they're well researched and well presented. Now Mew, though, the devs have talked about that Mew is one of the legendaries they've talked about adding to the game. Like, Mew is one of the ones they've said that they really have looked at. I think Mew and Victini were the big ones that they said they've really like thought that those are like the most viable legendaries that could get added permanently, from my understanding. And then in terms of what would be good against a Mew raid, I don't know if we'll need some sort of heal block mons. Keep kind of going on the rock. Like, heal block is really good, and then like Gothitelle or Smeargle heal block or whatever, as well as I think of things like Shiftry, Sucker Punch mons, Shiftry, dark type attackers into the Mew, Shiftry, Honchkrow, maybe some bug type attackers. You could see Pinsir coming out. Pinsir can double as a bug type and a fighting type attacker, which is relevant. So there's a lot of Scizor is not one of the best raid Pokemons. It's really better if you already have a Scizor for PvP, you can use it. Yep, Assurance is fantastic in raids. Assurance, Sucker Punch. Usually you want like one Sucker Punch. Raids are 4 people, so you want one Sucker Puncher and then like 3 Assurances to get all that extra damage. Titar is tough. Titar is a good dark type physical attacker, but it also sets sand, which is not something you always want to do. But it doesn't matter a whole lot in raids, because so many raids are just DPS fights where like you're never actually going to survive one attack from the opponent. You know, you're just going to die. So Crocodile is fantastic. There's just so many good. Crocodile. Last year, I was actually doing some research. Last year during one of the raids, Skuntank was actually used. I don't have a Skuntank. I need to potentially make a raid or PVM Skuntank. That's one of the really niche ones that I do not have. So there are some mons. I've been doing a lot of research, and hopefully those guides will come out in great detail very, very soon. And you should be able to be fully prepared for the 12 Christmas raids and the Jirachi, which are like, I think 95% chance those stay mostly the same. There might be some nerfs and buffs or rebalancings, but the real question is, will we see a new raid in place of the Alpha Suicune or not? That was a big discussion last year, was like so let me qualify. Alpha Suicune will not return. That was, I believe, guaranteed by the devs. They said that Alpha Suicune will not return next year in the same way. They said that one day it might return. I could be mistaken, but that's what I recall. That's what I'm remembering. I don't have a source on that. So I believe the devs said the Alpha Suicune would not return in the same way next year. But maybe I'm wrong. We'll just have to see. With event stuff, it's always up for, I try to put percentages on things because there's always, I never talk in absolutes. I like to leave room for space. Yeah. And then, so I'm getting lost in the conversation. Yeah. So I think the most likely thing would be some sort of, I think the most likely thing would be to see a different alpha legendary raid, like an alpha Raikou, an alpha Entei, something like that. Or even, I don't know if we'll just see a Mew, but there was a large discussion last year, like Alpha Suicune dropping in the middle of the event unexpectedly, and also being one of the hardest raids. That a lot of players did not like that, because it was so difficult. They had to like crack the code on top of doing all the 12 other raids. It was just so much and so intense. There's a really good argument that like during Christmas time, the time to spend with your family and decorate and presents, everybody's exhausted. Do we really need a 14th raid? Like, you know, like, do we really need another one, right? Is the big question. So we'll see if that even happens, if they even take the time to replace this weekend raid. What's up, Pumpkin? Gotcha. Love you so much. What's up? It's good of you to pop in. Love you so much. Have a good one, sweetie. I'm chilling. Sorry, the wife's popping by just to say hi mostly. There is like I don't know. There's a lot of discussion that could be had around what replaces, if anything, the alpha. I think the alpha Suicune raid is the biggest point of what's it called, you know? 6-7 YouTube viewers. What's the 6-7? What's the? Oh, I like the fucking other variant. Say siete. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyways, for legendary beast after dude, nice, good work, congratulations. Dude, the 20,000 drive for a legendary. Shit's fucking hard. That shit is fucking hard. Nice work, dude. Nice work and congratulations. That is an extremely difficult shunt, man. Extremely tough shunt. Ebo jamming. So true, so true. Let me add this over to the Alpha Entei, where we still swap Flashfire onto a Blissey. Okay, no, that would be... Then it will extreme speed your Blissey and kill it, right? Hopium? It is fucked up. Last year, Alpha, or not Alpha, just Blissey in general was really good for the Suicune raid. The digital raids, the strat used for Suicune is dead. Anyway, Mons after 5 turns automatically. Wait, what? The new changes to raids, I have not seen that, Technol. Is that true? So yes, yeah. I don't mind some raids. I don't mind some raids. Like high tank, Blissey, Ferrothorn comps being the best strat. Honestly, we're lucky it's only a few. It's a tough balance, man. Because like DPS check raids also aren't the most interesting gameplay, you know? Like it's not, I don't think it's like very epic either to like set up Tailwind, set up Tailwind, set up Sun, and then spam Flamethrower the entire raid. Like that's also not exactly but we also just kind of iron out as MMO efficiency Giga Chad nerds. Like we kind of iron out all of the flexibility in raids, you know? We're kind of guilty of it to some extent. We're like, we just wait until Cav or some Giga Chad makes the guide and then we just follow the guide, and you know, that's on us. If you want to do it blind, hell yeah, more power to you, dude. Yes, I'm a big fan. I prefer the grinding for sure. Yes, dude, fucking hell yeah. No, good on you, Gribbles. That's, if I could ramble about something and it helps someone even 1% in the storyline, that's the insane goal, dude. Okay, honestly, Mandibuzz. Okay, I'm memeing on DPS checks, but Mandibuzz was one of the most interesting ones because Mandibuzz was at least like, you had to use like the exact, like Mandibuzz was actually a really interesting raid. I liked how hard it was. That was one of my more favorite, you know, memes. What the fuck does that mean, Research Bear? What? How are you doing today, dude? Are you doing research? Dude, I've actually been doing research. Now, I've been doing research on PokeMMO, so not exactly the most productive of research, but I have been doing research, okay? Require the highest level of coordination, turn 3, yeah. Dude, I get it. It is a really interesting, like, PokeMMO players are in this weird dichotomy where it's, and I tell Pokemon players to find your percentage, guys. And what I mean by that is find your percentage of efficiency to fun. And if you combine the perfect amount of efficiency to fun, you will reach peak enjoyment. I think that's like the formula of every game, is like You need to have some level of efficiency and some level of fun. If you only have fun and have no efficiency, you'll like get stuck in the storylines. You'll get stuck in the Pokemon storylines. You won't be able to do raids. You won't have good enough Pokemon. If you don't EV train, like if you don't play somewhat efficiently and somewhat effectively, you're not gonna have fun. So you have to combine both. And like we often, for people always, oh, just have fun in games. Like, well, usually to have fun, you need some element of efficiency. You need like, you don't want to be the person who falls behind, can't do raids, can't do content, can't complete things because you goof around so much that you don't focus on efficiency. But you also, that problem is kind of not, that problem isn't happening as much in PokeMMO. I think our greater problem is we worry so much about efficiency. We worry so much about ironing out everything, getting it all perfect and right and correct and everything, that we forget to have the fun. So I think that's just my dumb little rant or preachy fucking cringe message is like, find your percentages. What percentage of fun do you have versus efficient? I think generally for me, I like playing games at around 70% efficiency, 70, maybe 80, depending on, and it depends on the day as well. Like maybe some days I'll go as low as 20%. It depends on the fucking day, But okay, playing an Iron Man account. An Iron Man account is a great example because an Iron Man account is inherently like less efficiency because you're literally putting a self-imposed challenge. You're putting yourself behind for more fun. An Iron Man account probably is like 60-40 or 50-50 at a base level. For some people, and that makes it's super fair and valid. I saw a lot of this in the RuneScape community, Fly Happy. I can speak on this. For some people, 100% efficiency is 100% happiness. And there's nothing wrong with that. I saw it a lot in the RuneScape community where like people who hated efficiency would make fun of others for playing efficiently. And they'd be like, they would basically make fun of and bully the efficient players and be like, people should just play how they want to. You shouldn't be efficient. Just play, just have fun. And it's like, that's fun for them. Like, what do you're like going against your own point. And it's sad that sometimes people are so close-minded and they're so like, they just don't get it. Some people are going to have peak fun at 100% efficiency. Some people are going to have a peak fun at 0%. You got to just find your own percentage. Everybody's different. There's no right way to play Pokemon or any MMO, Just find your percentage. A lot of my guides like talk about that where I'm like, you got to just try to like, I'm going to teach you some of the best ways. I'm going to teach you some of the medium ways. And I'm like, all my guides are different levels. And maybe I should do a better job of even making that even clearer, My updated Jimmy Run guide is like 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, maybe 6.5 out of 10 in terms of efficiency for like Jimmy Runs. And then I have my 6 Pillars guide, which is like probably 8 out of 10 efficiency, and then you can do like world record strat, which is 10 out of 10, or like, yeah, for me, I'm with you, JW Tree. Like for me, yeah, I need donkey brain. We gotta bring back, you gotta just find your right percentage and yeah, it's very simple and not like a lot of people, we forget it when playing video games, and it's easy to forget that. And then like, I think a lot of people feel like they need to play the game at 100% efficiency or like 90%, and like even though they don't what's it called, enjoy it, but they feel that it's almost like you know what it is, this is a very insane analogy, but it's super true. It's the same way. The same thing happens in MMOs that happens in the real world, where people feel pressured to graduate high school, go to college, get a good job, get married. And then they realize, oh, fuck, I hate this lifestyle. Not everybody, some people love it. Everyone's different. There's no wrong answer. But like a lot of people don't realize until it's too late. And at least with a video game, you can like quit the game and like move on. With life, it's a lot harder, You got to find the right percentage in PokeMMO. You got to find what path, and really think about what lifestyle you want in PokeMMO. It sounds so funny, but it's true. Yeah. I do look at myself as a baby mode with toned down rewards. I feel like you can do like most things. Like there's just different. I feel like most activities are completable by everybody. Raids are tough. E4 runs are tough. Certain things are tough. I think stall should be allowed. Okay, maybe every type of gameplay isn't okay. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Stall is annoying, but it's actually fine. Yeah, like that's a great, like, it sounds meme soaked, but like, yeah, Giga Chat, I respect it. I'm honored to hear that. Eshab, what's up? What's up? The storylines are my least favorite part personally. I respect it. Do whatever you know. Don't if there's so that's a great example of what we're talking about. Where like, so many people start playing PokeMMO and feel like they have to rush through the storylines to get to the endgame content, and then they burn out on the way. And it's like you're so worried about efficiency, not you are, but you know, some people are, that they literally like burn themselves out and ruin the game because they're trying to like, and that's not, you know, I need to test it, Fly Happy. Let's see. I heard about that, but that's really cool. I do have a lot of money-making methods on my channel, and I have a playlist on my channel. I can try to link it to you in a quick sector if someone else can, Infinite. I have a playlist on my channel that is PokeMMO money-making guides, and it's like over 100 videos. A variety. I respect that take. Yeah, I think that's based. I'll be honest. I've played stall, never in PokeMMO. I played Gen 9 PU stall, and I really enjoyed it. That was my stall meme. That was the one time I played stall in Pokemon. Was Gen 9 PU in Showdown. It was a lot of fun. It was like Ferroseed, Shuckle, Sandaconda, Palisand as like a spin blocker. All right, someone said that they buffed the A, like Control A or like A thing. Is that the buff? That still feels rough, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna compare it to mashing. I wouldn't mind to see this buffed a little bit more. I do think that mashing should be like the fastest. I think human, like, more effort should be more reward in games. I'm gonna try to mash and see how much faster it is. I'm gonna spend this whole fight like comparing them. Let's see, side by side. I'm gonna spam here. Okay, like that was obviously much faster. Let's try to do the they changed it from 0.8 to 0.5. It's a pretty big change. It didn't feel like that to me. It didn't feel like that much of a change on my first attempt. Let's try again. I'm gonna hold the A button here. The little Charlie Brown music on in the background. I'm gonna hold the A button here. It's still a little too slow in my opinion. I'm gonna be so, and I'm on the camp of I want mashing to be faster, but that's I could see that sped up a little bit. It's better, but even then I think it's a little too slow for what it needs to be. In my personal opinion, there's no right or wrong answer here. I have no idea how fast I can spam. I don't know. There's a sweet spot where spamming is still better, but the average typing speed. That is a pretty, like, that's pretty good, Soaked. That's kind of fair. That's kind of based. Maybe this is like so niche. Like maybe I want it lowered to like 400. Like I want mashing to be like 200 and holding to be like 400. Like it's so minimal at that point, but like that would feel a bit better. I'm so quick. That's true. But once again, I think human effort should be more beneficial. I think that's a valid, like, balanced thing, you know? Bind ice cream to get cookie dough or caramel choo-choo? What the fuck is caramel choo? I love both of those. What the fuck is caramel choo-choo? Caramel choo ice cream. Oh, it's like a Ben & Jerry's flavor? I'd probably get caramel choo-choo. I want to be honest. That's just me. A guy like me would get caramel choo-choo. It's a good question though. Why do you Typhlosion to Cluxy Mons? I'm not sure if I understand the question, but what, like, Typhlosion is kind of like the classic. There are better strategies for Jimmy runs if you want to put in more effort for what's it called, but for Topian Ben & Jerry's. Wait, that is, yeah. What if I just quickly sleep mons? This is, yeah, it's just one of the decent ways to do Jimmy runs. I still use this run. I'll try to upgrade my run at some point on the Ironman account. Don't get me wrong, but I'm pretty happy with my current run. I did forget to do the water gym and striation. I should have just done that. I just totally forgot. A lot of Jimmy runs as well. It's just muscle. Like the muscle memory is a tough. You know, you got to learn it, relearn it. Muscle memory in Pokemon in general just factors into so many more things than we like to admit or realize. You know. I'm getting a little fucky wucky here. This should kill these. This should be enough damage. Well, is the Garchomp 4x resist? Favorite. This is a good question. Favorite Pokemon not in game. I love this question. Oh no, we can kill this. This is gonna be close. We can probably kill this. I really like Halucha. I really like Avalugg. I really like Sandaconda. I really like Palossand. I like a lot of weird like NU, PU, RU Pokemon. That's what I play. That's the only reason I ever play Showdown is to play the lower tiers. Flapple. I really like Flapple. There's some cool mons. Hustle, Choice Band, Flapple goes bonkers. Palossand is a cool like ghost. I love Ghost Ground as a cool type. Alolan, okay, I can respect the Alolan Sandslash. Just add megas just for shinies so we can have Mega Shiny Gengar. That's it. Don't let megas actually do anything functionally. Only add them visually. I'm just trolling. But if so, if I'm fashion, I got Nurse. EC. Well that was a strategy for a wild trainer. Like, but I don't do it very often because it's just so much. It's way more effort for like a slight intro. But like I have used that like in the past for like Shiny Wars. That's been a thing for a bit. But no. But it's changed. No. Sorry, it's changed a little bit. You're right, because when you open the PC, it heals. Right. That's like the new change, correct? Decidueye? Yeah. No, that's yeah. No, I knew what you meant. That's all that matters. As long as I know what you mean, you don't have to spell shit correctly in my chat. As long as you know what it means. Mega Evo skin. I just want Shiny Gengar to not be trash. There's a mod for that. Yeah, I'm just memeing. I love the idea of. The problem is if they add megas, do we have to call them Shmegas? The shiny megas? Because I don't love that nickname. There's got to be something better, right? I don't exactly enjoy the idea of calling Pokemon Shmega. Feels uncomfy. Shmegas is a cool name. Why Shmega? What else would it be? Sounds awful. Yeah, I don't like it. I'm gonna be honest. What's the other option? Better than Schlegendaries? I love Schlegendaries. Schlegendaries are great. Meggy? No, Meggy can't. No, that's not. Mega plus shiny? I feel like Meggy. Well, no, you're kind of. Now that I've thought about it, you're kind of convincing me on Meggy a little bit. A Sega? That's. Dude, yes, that's a Shelf Megendary. That wait, no. We did this. Well, no, not with Megas. A shiny alpha legendary would be a Shalfendary. Is there any Shalfendaries in the game? I don't know if there is yet. Or was it no, we called it Schlaufa. Schlaufendaries. Like a German. I don't know if there is a Schlaufendary in game yet. Okay, that's unhinged. Okay, wait a minute. Another shiny Oddish, whatever Lumina. Dude, good luck to you. Good luck. Shemega? Okay, that can't be. We gotta workshop this. This is not coming off well, fellas. I'm gonna be honest. My water spout was so slow there. What the hell? We should be fine here. We really need better naming skills. This is teaching me how rough it is. I didn't know it was this bad. I'm gonna be honest. Is it growing on me? It should not. That one can't be. Schlaufa? Not Schlaufa. Well, it's just yeah, Schlaufendary. Schlaufendary would be a shiny alpha legendary. No, come on, guys. That's a little too far. So come on. We're not exactly a family-friendly stream, but we gotta at least keep it like like R. We can't be not rated. We can keep it rated R. We just can't. We just can't be not unrated or whatever. Shiny Alpha Mega Legendary. I don't know what that. I don't know how to. I can't even fathom what. Once you throw a Mega into the mix. There was a fake Shiny Alpha Suicune screenshot floating around. I don't know if there was ever a real one shown. There might be. I'm not trying to say there like isn't for sure. It's more of like a. I know there was a fake screenshot being shown around. Shalafino Legendrino. Okay, that's at least. Okay, Houdini. Dude, okay, actually a good question. I think it's just chance. I don't think there's anything like purposeful going on with it, but there has been a lot of Alpha Ditto spawns. You're actually onto something, Permafrost. There have just been a lot of Alpha Ditto spawns. For shower crew. No, it's not. Is there actually a word that's like, that's really close? Schlaufendary? Well, then we gotta use it. Schlaufendary. To slaughter dairy. Oh my god. Call cow. Oh my goodness. The term for blah blah blah. The term for blah blah blah. Huh. You learn something new every day. I made that up. It actually is like close. Oh, no, it's not close. Google is just suggesting. When I type, I'm stupid. I'm actually so dumb. When I type Schlaufendary in Google, it just tries to change it to slaughter dairy. That's why I thought it. Okay, I'm actually just. AI is going to replace me any second. I think that's the rule. First one gets the name. That's a rule. Okay, that's actually a good rule. I do like. Okay, first person to get a shiny alpha legendary gets to name what we call it. I'll heed to that. Heed, is that the right? Heed to that warning. Heed definition. Googling Gary off stream. To pay attention to take. I think that makes sense. I don't know if it's the right word I'm looking for there. Close enough. Hash Patrouski? What does that even mean? What's up, Louis? So I made a video about it. Well, I saw. Well, so I'd have to. Yeah, if you have a screenshot or proof, I'd love to see it. There was a fake one floating around for a bit. But there might have also been a real one or whatever. That happens a fair bit where someone like fakes a thing and then yeah. So we still haven't seen a we still have not seen a shiny shaman in PokeMMO, which is crazy. If I recall correctly. Are we going on the 3rd year or 4th year? I think 3rd year. Dude, I can't keep track anymore. I think 3rd year, right? Alpha Legendary, I have to check it out. Okay, literally, that's so funny. There was a fake one, and then Epoch. So this is a great 11 months ago. I put up a video saying there was a fake screenshot going around. 11 months ago, there was a fake Shalfa Suicune screenshot, and then 3 months ago, Epoch posted a video showing that one actually does exist. That's cool. It was legit a myth. That's crazy. Because it literally was fake, that screenshot. But then there was proven to be a real one. That's pretty crazy. That's also like pretty like the fact that it took that many months. Epoch is doing like really cool shit and doing a ton of research as well. Of Poke? I also never realized that. I should like do something else here. Love this one that thief to get the heart scale. Do I have to kill Lovedis with the same one that thief to get the heart scale? When you thief it, you should just get it if your thiefmon has no item on it. He's been really fucking doing cool shit, Tom. I try to always shout out other creators when I can. I really do like the shit Epoch's on. That's Flashfire. I'm aware, Coke Knife. The problem is there's not a great way to... I guess I could double switch at this HP. But usually the best way to handle this Ninetales is to just die into it. Just keep attacking into it until you die. Then safely bring in a switch. Take a gamble on this gym. This gym is either going to have Dry Skin, Toxicroak, or Flashfire Ninetales. Ask for the name. Yeah, we have to figure out. Yeah, fuck. That's a good bit. Figure out what he wants to name it. Let me do something else here. Do. Is there a tell soaked? That's cool. I didn't know there was a tell. Well, no, because I slaw. I didn't know that. So that is cool. I'll try to remember that. What has it? Yes, I know that Epoch bought the Zimnadine. Zimnadine is doing cool shit. There's a lot of... It's really cool. There's a lot of really cool up-and-coming, positive, like, talented, researched, fairly presented PokeMMO content creators. Zimnadine, Epoch. Yeah, the Shalfa Sharpedo that he got is really cool. There's some cool shit happening in the scene, dude. Do. Legend for Alpha Legend and okay, I am reaching the point of I don't know if we need to spend I think I'm done. I think I'm done on the naming schemes. I think I've cycled through the bit enough. Schlafendary sticks around. That one's been coined for a year or two, a bit. Go double type. I should skip as well. Skip this gym potentially. Dude, that Iron Man was so based. The Shalfa Sharpedo catcher who got it in the wild. It was really based. Where like he got a wild shiny Shalfa Sharpedo on an Iron Man account, and he basically was like, he could have just lied. He could have just covered up his tracks, but he basically was like, hey, I got this Shalfa Sharpedo. I've been playing an Iron Man account like for fun, like, you know, after work. I'm just a casual player. I have actually bought a few things off the GTL, mostly just vanities and things like that, but I'm not a true Iron Man account, and I don't want to claim that this is the first Iron, because it would have been literally the first Iron Man Shalfa. And he basically was like, hey, I'm not a true Iron Man in that regards. I want to make that really clear, and I'm gonna sell the Sharpedo. And like, that was, in my opinion, very, very, very giga based. Like, it's better to do that than to like eventually people will find out. I don't know, you know, it's a weird situation just because Iron Man still isn't in official game mode, so you have to factor in, like, a lot of people are just playing it for, not everybody who's an Iron Man account needs to adhere to like the most strict Iron Man policies. Like, I think it, you know, makes the challenge yeah, I think it makes, I enjoy that, but like, I don't know, if someone broke the Iron Man rules a little bit, I don't, if you're doing it for fun, who cares? At the end of the day, like, I don't really mind if you're like in the Iron Man team, or if you like pass your achievements off as a fully legit, that's where I draw issue. But like, I don't mind if you're like, you know, the whole benefit of playing an Iron Man account when it's not an official game mode is like, you can make your own rules. The whole beauty of it is you can make your own rules, do what you want to do, and enjoy what you want to enjoy, you know? That's the whole, which is fucking sick. IMO. Do. Sorry, I kind of am just vibing out to the fucking XMAS music today. Go down to Celadon City Gym. Pushing over 1.5 mil on the Iron Man account feels nice. There are definitely a few Iron Men who like buy RP. You know, that's not something I, you know. She sold it for? I don't know. The Sharpedo, I'm not sure. Is Alpha Blastoise locked out of Water Spout? I haven't touched my Alpha Squirrel since I got it, but I don't think Water Spout is bred able onto Alpha's right. I'd have to double check. I don't think so. That's a great point. This is a very niche situation that I don't think affects most people, but I'm so glad you asked it. You said, is Alpha Blastoise locked out of Water Spout? I haven't touched my Alpha Squirrel since I got it, but I don't think Water Spout is able to be bred onto it. I think you're correct. The reason why is you would need access to an Alpha Whalmer, and I don't think that exists in the game. Because you need Whalmer you need Whalmer and Remoraid / Octillery to be able to breed over the Water Spout, cross the egg groups, and get it over onto a Squirtle. So if there is no Alpha Whalmer, no Alpha Octillery, which I don't believe exist, I don't think you can. Yeah, I don't know if either exist. Yeah, you cannot get Water Spout onto Blastoise because it's a chain egg move. Great question. Good luck to you, Technol. Good luck to you, man. Yes, dude, that's how I feel, Jelly, and I'm hoping a lot of people like kind of follow the same path and feel that way, like 1000%. I think a lot of people like. It's the perfect time to play an Iron Man account. It really I mean, it's just a game that I love. I'm having so much fun. I'm trying to talk about it, you know, like it could not be a better time to play an Iron Man account. The market's rough, things are slow, it's hard to make Pokeyen. That's when an Iron Man account is perfect. You know, it's when it's like you just go back to the basics. An Iron Man account forces you to learn every aspect of the game. It forces you to like learn the crafting system, you know, how to Amulet Coin farm effectively, how to Everstone farm. Where like prior to the Iron Man, Everstone farming wasn't really a thing. Like nobody really Everstone farmed. It's like kind of just a passive casual thing. You'll see a lot of the Everstones come into the game from fossil farming, right? No one was like ×5 horde frisking for Everstones because it wasn't that good of a profit, and so nobody knew what spot to do it at, you know. I honestly, so it's a great question, Gribbles. If they allowed Iron Men to buy RP, to buy donator status, I wouldn't mind that. This is a really good Iron Man proposition / question. Gribbles said, personally, I don't mind if Irons buy RP. It's like letting them get bonds and OSRS to keep membership. They still have to grind to keep up the raw cash instead of doing more effective cash grinding. I think if Iron Men could buy donator status or like shiny charms with like, I think that's fine. And that would honestly be a way for them to make the game a little bit more profitable. I think that is fine. I don't know how I feel about. Well, no. The problem is I don't want Iron Man to be able to credit card swipe to gain an advantage or have to credit card. So that's the whole point of the Iron Man, you know, game mode. Is like not resorting to like the market stuff, right? You want an Iron Man account to be, you have to earn everything yourself. No, I don't know if there's a way to make it work, unfortunately. Because the problem is, if someone could credit card swipe and buy donor status permanently, where another Iron Man isn't, they're just going to be at a constant advantage because they paid. The point of the Iron Man game mode is to get rid of that. If you were irritated by like pay for advantage in PokeMMO, Iron Man account is your solution. You can either complain, you know, the devs are going to keep adding mysterious balls and keep adding, unfortunately, I don't like them, but like you can either keep complaining about it or quit the game or play an Iron Man account. The whole point of an Iron Man account is to play the game in a way that I enjoy and like ignore all the noise, ignore mysterious balls, ignore, you know, all those market changes or lack of, you know, alpha nerfs, and still have fun, right? So sometimes we as players need to take accountability and responsibility to our own hands and play the game in a different way if you aren't having fun, right? Or don't play the game at all, which is nothing wrong with, you know? I think a lot of times video game players in general feel a lot of shame these days when like quitting a game or moving on from a game, which I don't feel like should be there. Like, games come in and out of our lives. We used to go buy Spyro, play it for 12 hours, and then move on, you know, and go play Crash Bandicoot or go on to that, or like whatever, right? We didn't like, no one ever loaded up Spyro and said, I'm gonna play this game for the rest of my life, and if I don't, I'm gonna be sad about it. Like, not every game is meant to be played. Most games aren't gonna be played forever, you know. You kind of just have to give and take with how you enjoy it. It's okay to move on from a game, or it's okay to play the game differently, or try to change up and find how you can enjoy the game, especially in a sandbox game, you know, like Pokemon, in my opinion. Does smear technician matter? Technician or own tempo? I think I agree with Danny. I think technician is pretty nice. Own tempo like is not irrelevant. Like not being able to get paralyzed or whatever like is nice, but I think I would go with, I think technician is going to be way more consistent. What's OOT, Green Viper? Was so much lower? Yeah. Absolutely. I don't know if I like the idea of a permanent donor status personally. I feel like that, like, you shouldn't need to lower the shiny odds to enjoy. I don't know. I feel like it's fine to just play the game as intended, as designed. But obviously, not that that's. Feel free to disagree. I don't mean that as like a shoot down your idea. It's wrong. It's more of like I disagree personally. You know. What is Iron Man? Iron Man is just an account that cannot trade or use the GTL. It's basically a full single player experience. Not fully, because you still do raids. You still. It's trying to play PokeMMO in a self. It's kind of like if you ever played RuneScape. It's Iron Man RuneScape. Path of Exile has SSF self solo found, I believe. It's a gameplay style that's existed since like early Diablos, if I recall correctly, if I understand correctly. Oh, I'm an idiot, Green Viper, gotcha. I mean, hilarious. I never really got into Zeldas. I know it's weird, but like I just never. The only Zelda game I played the original like 1985, 1986 NES Zelda, which I enjoyed on a 3DS like emulator or whatever. And then I played I think Link's Awakening on original Game Boy. We've talked about this a ton, Trainer. So I think the way to counteract that, I think we've discussed this a ton. Making Iron Man accounts or Iron Man accounts have to be profitable for the devs in some way. I think the best answer to this is making it a one-time fee. I think we've dealt with this. Making a one-time fee, like 1,000 or 2,000 RP to create the account, I think is more than fair. I think a 10 to 20 bucks to create the Iron Man account that can also be bought with Pokeyen on our alt accounts would be more than fair. Most people, you know, are never gonna. Yeah, I think it's totally. Yeah, personally, that's. I think there are ways they can monetize the Iron Man account in a fair way that isn't just allowing the accounts to buy. If they add official Iron Man, the official Iron Man mode, and just make it so that Iron Man can buy RP, I won't play that game mode. To me, that defeats the whole fucking point. The whole point is like, you can't pay. There's no fucking benefit like that, you know? Something like that. I also, Danny, Giga Chad, yes. I do think like, so I don't want to come off as, I hate people. I shouldn't, that's too harsh. I really dislike players right now who are saying things like the devs only care about money, blah, blah, blah. That's not true because they would have made so many other decisions if that was true. They would have added way more microtransactions. There's so many logical errors with that if you think about it for 2 seconds. And it's also just assuming malice versus what's likely to be the case. Or yeah, there's just so many other. I really hate that. Also, the problem is that argument can't be rebutted. If your argument is the devs are corrupted, they don't care about the players, all they care about is money, you can't be moved from that. You've settled into the mud, and I can't pull you out of it. There's nothing I could say. There's no logic to convince you otherwise. You've decided on that position, you know? I can't make you feel any different way. No matter how much evidence I throw, you know. No, not that you're saying. I totally agree, Gribbles. Not that you're saying that, obviously. Yeah. Of course. And that's like, once again, I think my community is like reasonable. We're like, I think the devs should get paid. I want the devs to get paid well. They make the best PokeMMO, in my opinion. There are certain things I've taken issue with in the past, but I think the devs are doing a pretty fine job. They've definitely had a few more things over the past few years that have been money focused, in my opinion, but it could be a lot worse. And yeah. Yes, that's so true. The person who like decides to play an Iron Man account isn't a whale. Yes, no, that's most likely that's true. No, of course, I appreciate. No, I'm sorry if you guys are amazing. I love that you guys are all like qualifying. We're just trying to have a discussion. We're not. I don't think any of us are assuming like, you know, malice of each other. And I love that. That's what a discussion should look like. You know, that's the beauty. You guys are doing a great job. Is that a goodie bag? I think alphas just need to be, in my opinion, feel free to disagree, Perma. I don't know if a sync is what we need, because the alpha sync should just be breeding. And like breeding and shalfa hunting. We already have 2 syncs for alphas in the game. I don't think we need more syncs. I think we need a nerf. I think we have 2 major syncs that should, you know. Oh, yeah, fuck. I forgot to name call and and harass and yeah, go ahead and like think of a really good insult, Gribbles. Think of like, you know, some shit that would get you banned off League and then come back to me. Giga Chad. Absolutely based and real. Yeah, the devs are not just exclusively motivated by swiping, but I think there is a fair argument. Like, I'm the most optimistic, positive person towards that, I feel like. But there is a fair argument of like, why would you, what's it called? Why would you add a game mode into your game that's going to take a long time to develop that doesn't allow your game to make any amount of money? And the argument would be like, oh, like publicity, people starting to play the game because of that new game mode, overall enjoyment. There are like, your fan base being happy makes you more money, and like that's also like a thing to factor in, like in the long run. And I feel like the PokeMMO devs have chosen long-term success and long-term community happiness over short-term 90%, 80%, like a lot of the time. They've chosen short-term vitriol for long-term gains, which is a really tough decision to make as a game developer, you know? Not always, but with non-alphas, I could see I could see that. I feel like that would be, maybe that's the nerf that's needed. I don't know how I think it would be confusing to players who return to the game, but also a pretty easy, my concern with that, but that's pretty easy to clear up. I don't mind that. I don't mind that nerf idea, Danny. I like it. Sometimes people bring up like a different brace to be used on alphas, and I don't like adding a whole new item. I don't like that. That's too confusing for new players. And someone say Factor, what's up, Rap? What do you do other than streaming? Usually like take your mom out on nice dates. We go to Dave and Buster's a lot, shoot some hoops, and then I take her home, give her a nice bottle of wine, and then kiss her goodnight and send her off safely to bed. No, but I just do a lot of streaming, YouTube, content creation, whether it's that amazing content or not. I do work about, you know, anywhere from 60 to 80 hours a week on average, but I love my job, so it's easy to. I'm not trying to like say that as like a, oh wow, I work so hard, guys. Streamer, by the way. But you know, SRS, the hardest part of streaming is not the streaming, not the like, it's the social stuff. It's dealing with a large community. It's dealing with drama, dealing with really bad people on the internet. That's easily the hardest part of the easiest part of the job is the job itself. You know, the easiest part is the streaming, the videos, the guides, the making the content. The hardest part is dealing with terrible, terrible people on the internet, unfortunately. But fortunately, when I stream, we get all the coolest people, and we get to fucking just hang out and, you know, chat and play the game we love and kind of schmeme, you know? The cross-pollination OSRS of irons grinding gold during the workday to sell to whales and they give their accounts and what I would call oh my god, yeah. I've seen, no, I mean, I think the OSRS Ironman account is pretty wildly successful. I'm sure there are flaws, but wait, who Jersey? Wait, that's a deep, is that for like the dog? That's a deep cut. That's an old shmeme. How do you change the server in PokeMMO? How do you change? Ooh, this is a good question. I wish there was a better way. Lean your head, okay. I should have seen that one coming. I hate that you kind of got me, but fuck you. No, you kind of got me. I don't like it. I'm not proud of it, but I'll even give you that one. You can't do these nuts jokes on fucking, not on Christmas, but come on, dude, in the spirit of Christmas. Actually, should you have to do a Christmas themed these nuts joke? Are the rules adapting? Could you please do an E4 run at some time? Could you please run a marathon at some time? The problem, I would love to, Starkey. The problem is I would have to learn the strategy. I'd have to build the team. I'd have to practice. I'd have to learn the muscle. I'd have to like learn everything. I have to learn from scratch, which I would love to do. but it's just very like it's the same thing as me asking you. To be fair, watch you be like a marathon runner, and you're like, yeah, I can do that, no problem. I'm actually really talented at that. Like, fuck. Now my analogy sucks dick. But like, you know, it's something I would love to at some point, but I'm pretty far from. It's not on my priorities. Starkey, I'm working on XMAS stuff. I'm working on Iron Man videos. I'm working. There's way other other things ahead of that. Excuse me. No, it's not a big. I don't mean to. It's just a You're perfect. Getting your 5K today. Oh no! Don't let them know that after the thing. I've been taking a respectful break post the touch grass challenge. I have been walking less. Today might be where I lock back in. Okay. Or honestly, I mean, I want to start at this point. I might want to start going to the. I need to start going to the gym and like. I'm a little caught. I'll be honest. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and virtue signal like after the touch grass challenge. I did 8 days. I did a really good, solid 8 days. My last few days, I did 2,700 steps yesterday, 5,600 the day before. That was a W. And then 2,100 the day before, and then 4,300. We've had some close. It's been better. My average is still up. Let it be known that I am still getting like 1,000 more steps a day at least average. So my average is up. That's really good. But I do gotta get back on that. I gotta get back on the train. Broby, thank you so much for the fucking 16 months. The Christmas event prep right now, I don't want to bait you. It is very much on the Iron Man account right now, just making Pokeyen and develop. We're in the very, very, very beginnings of it. The XMAS prep right now is mostly making Pokeyen, getting amulet coins, Everstones. Dude, unironically, not a silly question at all, for it is very unintuitive, Time Link. What you can do is go to the bottom right menu, go to customize, and then go to hat and click none. It is genuinely unintuitive to like figure out how to take off vanities. No, that's a really or like even follower sprites, you can like right click and click unsummon, but it's like might not know to do that, you know? Gotta learn somehow. I'm glad you asked. I think you're gonna need, and I'll do a guide on it. I'm really close to being done, Rainier. I actually just finished. I think I finished all of the detail work for a full raid guide. That's insane. Jamie, more power to you. Hell yeah, that's insane. Congrats, wild. Hell yeah. I just finished, I think, like all the details of the XMAS raid prep guide. I just need to record it. We'll record it, timestamp, thumbnail, schedule, sources. But we'll get there. Thanks so much. Hopefully it just helped. Yeah, no worries. Fantasy Hike. Is that a game? That actually sounds right up my alley. Is that like a fucking like game where you earn XP by walking? That sounds. The problem is, okay. The problem is I get really into that shit. Unironically, Gemini, thank you. Yes. How many Geodudes can you bench? Probably not that many. Half a one? One? I don't know, dude. The video? No, of course. I'm sure. I'm trying to work on it, you know. I feel bad. I don't like. What's it called? It's December 2nd and I don't have an XMAS prep guide out yet. I'm not proud of that. It's been the past 2 months of my life have just been really, really hectic. So I'm really sorry. I'm behind on a few things and I'm really trying my best to push through and get everything I can, you know, work as hard as I can. I severely recommend teaming up with others. The Christmas raids, in my opinion, are significantly like 50% harder than the I said this yesterday in the stream recap. I think the Christmas raids are like 50% harder than the Halloween ones. I got my phone to charge. One sec. My phone cord is like fucked up. The XMAS raids are a fair bit harder. A fair bit harder than Halloween. Roaming legendaries this month. I should just check the... Let's go see. Pokedex. Not Moltres. Is there Articuno for like winter? Yeah, Articuno and then... is it Raikou? What's the Articuno pair? Raikou? I think it's Articuno Raikou. That's legitimately really... Yeah, so that sounds really fun. So my problem with stuff like that is I get really, really into it. Like, so I did that with... Anybody ever use Habitica? Habitica is like a website or like a little game, like an app or whatever, where you like write down, like do the dishes, like you write down all these little tasks and then you earn like XP or whatever. And my problem with things like Habitica is I get way too competitive. Competitive. And I take it way too, and I will literally rather keel over and crash out than not hit all of my Habitica goals and get like maximum XP. So it like stresses me the fuck, it drives me insane. I get a lot of progress done in life, but it like, I am miserable while I do it. Dude, that is so honestly a genius decision from you, Dusty. I swear I zoned out through all of November. It doesn't feel like it even happened. Can we just agree that 2025 has been kind of a shit year? I'm like, I swear, I'm like one of the more like positive, like optimistic memers in the gaming space. 2025 was kind of cooked, and the positive spin on it is we're almost out of it, boys. We're almost fucking done. We're almost done. We're at the finish line. You know, I can't lie. If it was fucking good for you, that's amazing. I don't mean to, you know. We're drawing conclusions. I don't want to draw a conclusion for it. That's amazing. If 2025 was your best year, that's amazing. I'm happy to hear someone had a fucking good Shmeem. It was mid, valid. I cannot get my phone to charge for the life of me. Whatever, who cares? Who needs a phone? Someone was going through the memes and it was like 2025 had like Labubu's Italian brain rot, which was obviously a very good meme. 6-7, like 2025 was pretty cooked. There's on my Iron Man account, on my main account. I'm really close. I think I'm missing one legendary on the Iron Man account, which I'm pretty happy about. I think I'm missing, no, not Raikou. Suicune. I'm missing Suicune. My phone is fucked because the charging port is fucked. So it just, I'm literally putting it in the cord and I can't get it to connect, Tom. That's my latest problem. Bro, you get bored after playing this game for years? Not really. Like occasionally, yes, but I think when it comes to gaming, like it's what you make of it and it's your perception and it's how you play the game. I change how I play the game very often and I have a lot of fun. I think most people could play the same game for 10,000 hours. They just have to like put a little work into it, and not everybody wants to do that, which I understand. It's not, you know, everybody's cup of tea. I feel like the meta right now in gaming is to like spend 10 to 20 bucks a week on new Steam games and like constantly the Mega Bonk, Arc Raiders, like constantly cycle through the new, and like honestly, it's a really fun way to be. I don't blame that. I'm not sure that's a bad. There's no bad way to play video games. But I do think that's like the meta right now. I think what most people do, and I think we're losing a little bit of. I wish we had more people playing like longevity games. It's just a different style. At different times, at certain times in your life, you want longevity games. At certain times in your life, you want, you know, the more like refreshing stuff, right? Excadrill is Lunar New Year event, not Christmas, if I recall. I could be wrong. Mega Bonk, I'm not Mega Bonk. I literally 100%ed. I loved that game. I'm like memeing on like, oh, blah blah blah, cycle to the next game. Mega Bonk was so fucking fun. Mega Bonk, I literally 100%ed it on Steam. I'm very proud of it. It's a very fucking good game. That was like just an incredible game. There's nothing wrong with like going to like constantly looking for the next. If you're constantly looking for the next high, the next game, and you're not having fun, that's the problem. But if you're having fun, who cares? That's the point. That's the point of gaming, you know? That's fucking sick value, Toaster. I have some Steam games that I've bought and never played. I'll be honest, you know? I think a lot of us do. It's the duality of, as you grow up, when you're a kid, you have all the free time, but no spending money. When you're an adult, you have the spending money, but then no free time. So it's the tale as old as time. No, this strategy will be a little bit worse than 6 pillars, but it's still a very good strategy and still like very easy and very brain dead. Yeah, it's Tom gotcha, exactly. There's so many Jimmy runs right now that you just pick the one that's best for you. You can do low effort for like decent reward, or like high effort for high reward, or like, you know, that's the cool part right now is like there's so many different Jimmy runs. There's not really a wrong option. You gotta just find the best option for you. You could go do like the world record run if you want, but it's really tough. Good luck. Yeah, dude, hell yeah, Dusty. That's exactly, there's no wrong way. I need to really sit down one day. I need 1 week of my life to sit down and play the entire Dark Souls franchise from Dark Souls 1, like all the way to Elden Ring or whatever. I really want to do that. I need to like give it I've had a hard time jumping into Dark Souls, but I need to give it the franchise the time. You know, I feel like it's hardcore a game that you need to like sit with, you know, and learn the feelings of the system. No, dude, I totally get it, Dusty. I like games like that too sometimes. Won't you play that? It'd be like a retro pat thing if I end up doing it. I'd love to like really learn the series. I have Dark Souls 1 on PS3. That's been and then I have Elden Ring on PC, but I haven't really jumped into either as much. But I really want to like really try them. I would probably start from Dark Souls because I believe that was the first. I do want to try like Bloodborne and stuff. A PvP only account. I don't really like PvP that much. I mean, I appreciate, you know, there's tons of ideas, and if you want to do that, hell yeah, go for it. I have done PvP arcs. That's also probably true as hell, Wolves. Like if I'm just trying to, maybe I'll just finish like Dark Souls 1 in a week. Yeah, you're kind of not wrong. I like PokeMMO PvP, and I like keeping up to date. Keeping up with what's happening in PvP is really important because you can use it to make Pokeyen. Understanding what Pokemon are moving tiers, what Pokemon are really good right now, like the PvP stats, like understanding that stuff to be able to make Pokeyen is really important. Like building, oh yeah, like Hitmontop is really good in NU. Maybe it's a good time to go fucking buy some, you know. The season just reset because it's December, so the number's really low. But maybe it's time to go, you know, try to breed up some Tyrodes or things like that, you know. For the remaster, I like playing the originals of games. I really don't like playing remasters. It depends, to be fair. Like I played Gears of 1 growing up, and then I played the remaster, and so I played both, and the remaster was really good. I like trying the original before the remaster. I really don't like, I'm the turbo loser virgin nerd who like I will not play, what's a good example? Like I won't play Elden Ring until I play Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, and like, you know, more of the franchise. Nah, maybe not. It's a tough example because like that's more. Okay, Red Dead 2 is a great example. I was talking to my wife the other day. Red Dead 2 is one of the best-selling games of all time. I'm maybe objectively wrong for this. Yeah, whatever, right? The idea of how many people played Red Dead 2 without playing Red Dead 1 sends a shiver down my fucking spine. Something about that like really irks me. It's not right. It's not wrong. It's not like, maybe if anything, it is wrong. That really bothers me. I feel like playing franchises, I feel like the story continues is like really fucking important. But I bet you so many people played 2 before 1, which is fine. To be fair, I haven't played Red Dead 2 because I haven't beaten Red Dead 1. I've started Red Dead 1 like 10 times. That is cool to hear. Red Dead 2 starts before 1. That's kind of base. I don't know me. You're valuing the fact that the human life is only so long and making sure that you get in a playthrough of one of the best video games of, you know, maybe ever made. Wow, that's so bad of like I don't want to come off as like for me. I just have that itch of like I want to play through the whole franchise. I want to play from the start, and maybe I don't finish the starting games. A good example is like, okay, I love Fallout. I don't recommend people playing Fallout 1 and 2, but I do recommend watching like videos or watching full playthroughs of Fallout 1 and 2, because Fallout 1 and 2 are amazing games. They are incredibly archaic and incredibly hard and incredibly difficult to play and get into in 2025. I recommend, is there an alpha spawn? Oh, pardon. I recommend watching, I was like, what is okay, yeah, watching videos of Fallout 1 and 2 while you play Fallout 3. And then you don't need to finish Fallout 3, but like play like the first bit, maybe finish the main storyline if you can, but like watch videos of Fallout 1 and 2 while you play 3, and then move on to New Vegas when you want to, because that's the best game, obviously. And if you like modern stuff, you can go to 4 and 76, but a lot of people probably prefer that. Not my cup of tea. I'm having a great time. I'm talking about Fallout and video games, so I'm fucking chilling. Dude, Starkey, you're spitting facts. How far do you go back? Do you go back? Yes, I desperately want to play Red Dead Revolver. No, you bring up a fantastic point. How far do you go back? Because Red Dead Revolver is also like their original. Yeah. No, I love that. Yes. I don't know. It's a great question. Like, I think from my understanding, Red Dead Revolver is it different than? The entire story of Red Dead Revolver takes place in the Revolver universe, a continuity separate from Red Dead. Okay, so it does seem like Red Dead Revolver is a separate storyline, but I do want to play that at some point. Are you starting my opinion? I think. Wait, for which game? For Fallout, I agree. Like, it doesn't. It won't matter a whole lot. This is my inner like. But the world of Fallout is so beautiful. In my opinion, it is like so. We're talking about micro percents here. Let me qualify, David. When I say like, oh, this is how, in my opinion, is the best way to play Fallout. This is the best way to play Fallout by like a 10% margin. You know, like you can just go play whatever. You can go fucking load up Fallout 4 and have a fun time if that's what you like. You know, do whatever you enjoy. This song is going crazy. This is the Noel Geometry Dash song. That's correct. No, Red Dead Revolver, that makes sense. How are you doing? I didn't even ask you, noob. How are you doing, dude? Yes, the Fallout storyteller series, like the Fallout TV show. Fallout story. I'm gonna double check to make sure I'm not. Fallout storyteller series. No, I have not seen this. Now I'm interested. What the fuck is this? I'm gonna add this to my watch list. So good. I will. Yes, I have it on my watch. Thank you for the suggestion. The Fallout world. Even my wife like got really into. I would just watch videos about the vault experiments in the car, and my wife would be like, "Wait, what's that? That sounds so fucking." She got into Fallout because of the like vault experiments and hearing the stories and like things like that. Like, it's so sick. A guy on my team has hit Tricos, but no Shroomish. Any thoughts? He's cooked, but cooked perfectly medium rare. That's crazy. Congrats to him. No, you have not, Tom. Yeah, Gary. That's okay. That might be the dumbest. Anyways, okay. All right, Jimmy run number 76 has been completed on the Ironman account. We're up to, what is that? 1.6 million Pokeyen. I'm pretty proud of the Pokeyen. The cash stat keeps building up, fellas. I do have to go do some boring grinding today. I know. Womp womp. Boo. I know. Ameliquin farming, Everstone farming, very important stuff. Let's go do a little bit of Ameliquin farming first. And hopefully we get better luck than yesterday. Do. Trico and not Shroomish couldn't be me. Definitely a fun, especially like, well, the main thing is like, you could hit Trico and then hit Shroomish later. Hitting double Trico before Shroomish is definitely a really weird situation. I guess you just keep going in Pelibert. Do you have you keep like a Trico and a Sceptile? I really like Sceptile. Put all this away. Let's grab our Thief team. We had it all prepped up, which is nice. Starting at 7 amulet coins. I'm gonna set a timer. I'm gonna try to do like 1 hour. And then like stop. I think if I just do like 1 hour of amulet coin, like limit it, like I'm like trying to treat like a Jimmy run. You could definitely consider eggs. I think that's super fair. It's just eggs are so expensive. I know it's like obviously, but like, and I don't know. Eggs are so brutal. If you care about Shroomish so much, if you really just want shiny Shroomish, I think you could start egging. You know, but if you're like, if you like it and you want it, you still have Slack Off. You still have other fails that are good there. I would probably just keep single encountering. What are the other? Has he only got? What are his other phases? We can also go ahead and do the Twitch recap, I think, while we're... Let me actually hear. I'm not at the Ponyta spot. I'm just amulet coin farming. I've never been a fan of Samurot's visual. It's so messy. I like, yeah, Duat and Oshawott are both great. Okay, wait. Okay, unironically, Broby, I think that's what if I were, oh, I just Lepa'd. Ooh, I just wasted a Lepa. Oh, that feels awful. I know it's only one, but like that's, oh god. Lepas are really fucking hard to get on this account. That was really silly. That's okay. We just do it and move on. No, oh yeah, oh like you're calling Route 210 the Ponyta spot? That's fucked up. I see what you mean now. I do think that yeah, if you got double Trico, maybe you just go Route 210 is phenomenal. I miss shunting. I miss like Route 210 is great, dude. I mean, if you hit a Ponyta, it's fucked up, but good spot. Good spot. Let me go do a really quick restroom break. I'm gonna be like 2 minutes or less. I'm gonna try to speed run this shit. I don't care about your Ponyta frisk. I'm gonna be right back. It'll be 2 minutes or less, fellas. I'll be right back. When I come back, we'll do the Twitch recap, okay? BRB, boys. 1 sec. Someday my honesty is going to be the death of me. I didn't wash my hands. I came back. I read the chat message. You better wash your hands. Went back to the bathroom. Washed my hands. There you go. Okay. I'll be honest. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Let's be real, chat. Give me a percentage. How often do you wash your hands after pissing in your own home? I'm probably like 30 to 50%. I'll be honest. If I'm ooping, 100%. Don't get me wrong. I'm an adult, okay? But after peeing, after eating in your own home, probably 30 to 50%. Never. I'm at home for a reason. Fucking bays. See? Some chatters are honest. We're humans. We're flawed. We're not all fucking crunching numbers. 50-50. I think that's fair. After doing my thing. I get that. 100% wash after pissing. More power. You're a better man than me. More power to you. Always? Okay. It's giving everyone in Twitch chats a doctor. Everyone in Twitch chat has 3 doctorates, 3 PhDs. Everyone's has an 8-pack of abs. Which is, I mean, honestly, which is true. If you're in Twitch chat, it's true as hell. Does he feel icky? With pissing? Maybe I'm just like touching my shit less than, I don't know. You're a liar? True. Okay, I like the position of you either agree with me and do exactly what I do, or you're lying. Based. That's such an extreme base, though. True. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's do our Twitch recap, boys. Are you wiped? Why are you wiping when you're peeing? Okay, never mind. We're getting distracted. Everyone's driving except for me. I'm saying, oh yeah, true. Yeah, the chat's true. I'm over here being like, I suck at driving. I'm over here being like, I don't wash my hands a lot when I pee, you know? I'll be honest. Alrighty, fellas, is this... Look how pretty this is. It's cute. Okay, I'm gonna be Amulet Quinn farming in the background. Alrighty, fellas. Yo, what's up? My name is Patrouski. Welcome to my official Twitch 2025 recap. What does a mediocre, mildly entertaining, barely helpful streamer, what happens with his Twitch? What are his streams like? What even goes on in one of those streams? Well, let's try to see what Twitch tells me. This year we came together like never before to stream, hang out, and co-create. I didn't do a whole lot of that, unfortunately. Let's recap, shall we? Okay, sure. High scores, 1,000 hours streamed. That's not great. It's not bad. It's not bad. I always say when you look at my hours streamed, double it or triple it for the amount, my hours worked is a lot more. Don't worry, that'd be pathetic. But 1,000 hours streamed, we could up those numbers. I could see that going up in the future. Total streams, 334. That's okay. That seems really good, but you got to factor in the crashes. All the stream crash. This is realistically, I probably streamed, I don't know how many days this year. Maybe like 250, 300. I don't know. So I probably did stream a lot of days this year. Like probably at least 250. That's kind of based. Oh, it tells me. Okay, I almost guessed it correctly. I was a little above. My apologies. Distinct days streamed, 223. That's not bad. I feel like I took off more days this year of streaming than like this means you have crashed in like 50% of streams. Yeah, almost like 66%. One day we'll figure it out. Total hours watched. This is actually sick. And all I can say is thank you guys, because this is actually crazy. 116,000 hours this year in 1 year. That is an insane number to think. Like I've put, no, I lap up buried. I'm bad at the game. 116,000 hours of people watching me be bad at the game. You gotta factor that in. Top 10% of the PokeMMO category. Okay, Roblox, top 3, GigaChad. How am I only top 10%? I feel like this should be like top at least 5. Come on, like top 10? I'll take it. Your top stream, 400, and this was like Halloween, I think. 432 viewers. 432 is way more than my normal. That's crazy. So I'm also doing a little bit of amulet coin farming over on the side. Top tags, English shunting Pokemon. Nothing crazy. 470,000 chats received. 470,000 chats. Not only do I be yapping, my community be yapping. You love to see it. Top channel. Why is this in the top? Okay. I like that half of these are just like embarrassing me. And then the other one of the top ones is a D's Nuts joke. The Ferret Walk, the Patrouski Paws is cute. Patrouski Paws and Shuckle Jam, I don't mind. These being... Isn't Bald Trousty also quite new? That one being so high up is scary. Isn't that like within the past 3 to 6 months? I don't know. Anyways, this is my favorite section. Your biggest fans. I think it's really cool we get to shout out all the like... best top chatters, not all, all of them, but some top chatters. We got Voiceless up here, who this one kind of shocked me. I always see him in the stream, but I'm clearly not appreciating him enough, because this is actually crazy. One of my top fucking viewers. Shout out to Voiceless Gate 8, Kiwi Overwatch, Tom up there, Conrad, who's a big arc in the stream, Vincer, my poker broker, Clarko, our favorite Britopian, Brewski, who's been a constant, fun, creative, cool supporter, and Spidget, fellow PokeMMO streamer, PvPer, and content creator. And then the original Junior. I don't know if this is a name change or if this is like... I don't know if I know who this is. That was a funny thing. I don't know if I've ever seen this name in my chat. So he is either a top tier lurker, like the toppest... I don't know if I know him, which sounds fucked up, but I don't think he's like... I don't know if I have seen him. He's either the best lurker in the history of the world, or I'm a terrible streamer, or a mixture of both. Crossovers. 184 raids received. 17 from Spidget, 11 from Frost, 9 from Smooge. I was shocked to see this as well. That's like, shout out Smooge, man. I did not realize he was raiding me so much. And then I was proud of this 200 raids sent. So I did send more raids than received. We're not leeching. Okay. Happy to see that. Cool to see. 46 to Spidget, a lot of those Metrodome Monday. Jim Sauce 22, that's a RuneScape streamer that I love as well. That's cool to see. Wild Risley 11. Clip that 217 clips made of you. 114 unique clippers. And then my top, honestly, this is a really wholesome top viewed clip. My top viewed clip was the first Iron Patrouski shiny. That's a pretty damn good first highest viewed clip in my opinion. That's pretty cool. Clipped by the real Broby, who's a average Pog community member. Average meaning like he's like constantly around, Now this is actually fucking insane. How did I gain 5,000 followers this year on Twitch? For reference, I just hit, actually, thank you for following, by the way. Follow me on Twitch for bad content. I just hit 18k subs or 18k followers on Twitch. How did I gain like almost a third of my Twitch followers this 1 year? I didn't realize how much the streams are kind of popping. I need to be streaming more hours apparently because the people like them. Hopefully, we mildly like them. Next up, new subscribers. This has to be like for the whole year, or I don't know what this number is. Don't worry, I have like 10% of these as subscribers. I don't know if this is for the whole year. I don't know. I don't know. I don't comprehend this number. Hype trains, but also thank you for subscribing. Hype trains, scam trains, 250 scam trains. Hide your wallets when the scam train appears and spend your money afterwards after the train is over if you still want to. 38 million points, channel points. How many British accent redeems do we think this was? That's the real question. How much of it was on the British? Probably most of it, at least 30 million, I'd say. Chat badge unlocked. I think, is that it? Share your little recap. The follower number is crazy. That actually is. I probably should take a second to actually legitimately say thank you guys instead of just like shit talking and memeing. That's crazy. I hope you guys enjoy the stream. The stream growth. We're just here to have fun, play the game that we love together, and hopefully have some cool moments, some cool clips, some cool speeches, some shmemes. We argue veggie lasagna. We argue, food a lot. One Piece debates. We love. Stream is not about always being the most educational Pokemon content creator. It's a lot of just having fun in the moment and on the day. And that's something that I'm really bad at. And streaming, and then my viewers have really helped me improve at that and get better. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for helping me learn to enjoy the moment more instead of worrying about the past or worrying about the future. hopefully I can do, if we can help each other and go back and forth, that's how we all last, right? Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, little recap. Like it if you did, dislike if not. Follow me on Twitch for stream memes. This also doesn't cover YouTube streams at all, so keep that in mind. Follow me on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, Discord down below if you love PokeMMO. A lot of cool stuff there. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you probably very soon on a Twitch stream. For now, peace out, Reno. Not ending stream. Stream is not over. We're still live. Stream is not ending. Stream is not ending. Stream is not ending. Whenever I do an outro for a video, it's very confusing. Stream is not ending. Let me go weave out here. What's up? Yeet, by the way. What's up? What's up? 5 years is sick in the head. Yeet. How are you not sick of me? Oh, that's like so much yapping. It's an honor to have you, Yeet. Quick Claw. That's really cool, Tom. Someone was messaging me. Respond. I don't want to ignore this person. Oh, they peaced out. Whoops. Milo's quite back, not gonna lie. Hey, I appreciate it. Mux. Sorry if I butchered the. Thank you. Hidden ability goal alert 4. Great. Is that is hidden ability goal alert the no guard, right? So no guard or hidden ability goal alert is actually the best single encounter Pokemon. It's the best Pokemon. Let me get rid of the thing 1 sec. It's the best Pokemon for single encounter shunting because you can. Sorry, I'm distracted. What is wrong with my brain? I think my brain is in 2025 my brain became mush. What the fuck? What was the question? Oh, no guard Golurk. No guard Golurk is great because it can get plus 10% wild encounters when you're single encountering because of the no guard ability, while also being able to escape from shadow tag and like arena trap, things like that. That's it. So it's really relevant in like Ruin Valley when you're like shunning like shiny Yanma, for example, things like that. Pull a shiny one. Fucking I love shiny Golurk. Congrats. It's like one of my favorite. I think it's so underrated. Shiny Golurk is so good, man. Yeah, no guard Golurk. It's very minimal, but like technically it's the best single encounter shiny hunting Pokemon, you know? Just barely, by a small margin. What should you use Pokemon stats? That's from Super Strings. Great question. No, that should be from. You might need to update. I had to update mine as well, Chris, pretty recently. You might need to update your Super Strings. Because it's really cool that Super's been like updating them every so often and stuff. Any meta use for Trubbish? I love Trubbish and Garbodor. Is there any meta use for them? I don't think so. Another Quick Claw. Let me see. There might have been at some point. Trubbish has Sticky Hold. Does it get Thief? You could use it as a Sticky Hold Thiefer, but there's better options. Like you could use it for that, but I don't know why you would. There's better options, but you could. I love Trubbish Garbodor. Meta for my fashion? Yes. No, that's, yeah, based. Dude, Garbodor, some of the best shinies, underrated shinies, Trubbish and Garbodor. Garbodor's a beautiful. I like Trubbish as well, but definitely Garbodor's better in my opinion. Get some water up in me. No, one of my favorite new additions from the Super Strings is the added Pokeball information. Like, no, the fact that I can check when Timer Ball is at max catch rate is so good. Or like even certain, like comparing Timer Ball turn 6 versus like Dream Ball with 2 sleeps or whatever. The phases. I'll check it out, Lolo. Yeah. Speaking of, oh, Lolo, I just remembered. You reminded me of something very cool. I'm so glad you mentioned that. Because no one else wanted him. My heart couldn't even. Oh my, I love damn. A lot of quick claws. Was there any double frisk here or just single frisk, I assume? Assuming just single. Yeah, it was just single frisk. I'm gonna double check. Profile. Thank you, Lolo. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So many shinies on the GTL. I don't know how many people have the heart to sell their shinies. Maybe the bad ones are so sentimental. Like 5 days of reruns. I think a lot of people. I keep popping Leppas. Man, I gotta lock in. What are we doing today? Pokeyen prep, amulet coin, like a lot of the prep work, early prep work for XMAS prep. But we're kind of like, honestly, we're very like, we're not really. I want to work on getting raid mons ready, but I still have to do a little more research and stuff and make those videos. I need to create a full list. I've done a full sheet. I've done a full write-up for all of the 14 XMAS raids from last year. I'll be doing a video on that very, very soon. Oh, was you? Yes. I probably... Thank you, Tom. How do I... Where's that setting at? Auto... Yeah. Okay, I'm actually going to go ahead and turn off auto replenish PP because I've wasted 2 Leppas so far and I'm not, those are extremely valuable. I do not want to be consuming those by accidentally clicking the 3 key. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off that setting. A good idea for certain Iron Men out there if you want to do the same thing. Good call, Tom. Dude, good for you, Pedro. Getting all 5 regions done is so huge, man. Congrats, man. Congrats. Yeah, right now we're amulet coin farming, making sure we can sustain our Jimmy runs, making enough Pokeyen. I would like to have 2 to 3 million yen heading into the event season, heading into the XMAS event specifically on the Ironman account. And I need to breed and create a lot of raid mons upcoming as well. Let me see this low. Thank you for this link. Shiny board. I've seen a little bit about this site, but I haven't looked into it as much. Okay, we're getting a lot of Frist procs on Meowth hordes, which is step 1. I just need to hit more amulet coins over quick claws. How do I check? 23 shinies, 520,000 encounters. This is a really cool website. I haven't looked into this enough. I've been too busy with other things, but this is really cool. There's got 2 Tricos. One at 28,000 encounters. One at almost, is it 3,000? That's crazy. Does he have any other Petalburg fails? Metapod at Pattern Bush. There's no way this guy has 2 shinies and Petalburg Woods and they're both Trico. He has, okay, no, I found it. Okay, he has Wurmple and Pooch. So, okay, this guy has had 4. That's still pretty insane. This guy's had 4 Petalburg shinies and 2 out of 4, half, 50%. Another quick claw? Are you kidding me? 50% of this guy's Petalburg shinies are Tricos. Should a 3rd one? Yeah, you can get the whole species line. Have a Trico, a Grovyle, and a Sceptile. Consider Dunsparce a free hunt. It depends on... I don't know. Can you get encounters in the cave on the way there? Wish they brought back Darkrai. They just did. Like, not to, you know... Like 1 month ago, man. It was just here. in Halloween. Did you miss it, or do you mean like you want it like permanently available? I get wanting the raid permanent. That I get. Okay, trainer. What season is it? Usually it's winter in game in December. They usually try to line that up for my like, or it just is auto lined up. I bet it's winter, but I could be wrong. I'm so glad I turned on the fucking auto replenish. That's the only reason I know that, Rumel, is because yeah, like usually it's winter in December in PokeMMO, which is fucking on theme, dude. I like it. Is it snowing outside yet? There was a 95% chance of participation today. Precipitation, yeah. I think we just got fucking rain though. I think there's no fucking snow, dude. God damn it. I love snow, like genuinely so much. I want snow so bad. It's quicker now. I'm aware that it's quicker, but I don't. The problem is the muscle memory. Maybe I should just try to learn it, but it's so minimally quicker to change for like. It's decently more effort for a very minimally quicker. I don't. That's once again. It's like asking the question of what's your percentage of efficiency to fun. For me, I think going to the PC and doing that strat is outside of that percentage for me. But I'll try. I do want to try it. To be fair, I don't want to knock it before I try it. Dude, unironically, Toaster, it's fucked up because like certain people who like work outside or you know like they can't leave their fucking driveways because they got so much snow, and my dumbass is over here like I want snow. Like the duality of fucking. I would love to take some of your Midwest snow, please. Oh my goodness, please. Everybody loving games finish Kanto, dude. Welcome, happy to have you. Hell yeah. Very much. That's unfortunate. That's fair. I'm sorry to hear it, Wolves. That's so fair. Thanks for, yeah. Sorry if I was too harsh. Otherwise, yeah, I get that. There's a fair critique. I like the limited stuff, and I think it's cool. I think having limited stuff in PokeMMO is cool. You get it every year, so it's not like most stuff. It's not like it's like limited forever, you know? Another fucking Quick Claw? Fuck off. I've had like 6 Quick Claws, 1 amulet coin. What parts of America get a lot of snow? Usually the Midwest, especially like North Midwest, which is like Chicago, Wisconsin, right? Like Michigan, that type beat. Midwest mountains, yeah. I'm assuming, yeah, Denver, Colorado. Yeah. The Dakotas, yeah, North Dakota, yeah, South Dakota. I grew up in Maryland, and I'd have it like New York gets like a fair bit of snow, like usually. New York. I used to live in Maryland, which is like a little bit more north. Now I moved a little bit souther towards. I'm in Virginia now. I'm still in like northern Virginia, but I definitely miss. I live 1 hour away, and I get significantly less snow than which sucks. I miss. Yeah, it sucks. Like driving 1 hour. That 1 hour difference in that middle of the country like really makes a difference. Yep, that northeast area, Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. I'm sure Delaware gets a lot of snow. There's a lot. That's interesting. Is it just because it like turns to like why? I'm curious why we wouldn't do that much like in Seattle. It was like the rain or like I don't know. I fucking love snow. One of my favorite winters was like there was a big blizzard, just rains here. That is rough. Is there a genuinely? I'm just dumb. Is there a scientific reason to why Washington gets so much rain? I assume there is. I just there has to be, right? It's just like it's like a fucking unsolved folklore why it rains in Washington state so much. It's a rainforest? No, really? I know I sound like the dumbest American of all time, but I didn't know that. I'm not sure. Okay, Washington state is technically like a rainforest? No way. Is Washington state a rainforest? Yes, parts of Washington state, particularly the Olympic Peninsula, are home to temperate rainforest. What the fuck? I think I just think of Washington and I think of like cities and Seattle, like infrastructure, snow, rain, cutting down trees for Costco's, you know, kind of like my dream world. Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm just like, that's what the fuck? There's rainforests up there? I would love to visit Washington. It's one of the probably like it might be the #1 state that I want to visit. I'm not a big traveler though. Yeah, I was looking at pictures, Gribbles. It looked like fucking, yeah, that's crazy. Weather patterns. One lives in the far west of the state because it's a rainforest. That's crazy. It's beautiful. They do great. Quick question, Bannock. They do not. I'm glad you asked. Minnesota got 8. Dude, and it's fucked. Just like if you don't like snow, I'm sorry. I don't like. It must be so annoying. But like I'm jealous. I fucking love big fat blizzards, big fat snow. I want my fucking power to go. Maybe as an adult it won't be as fun, but like as a teenager, one of my favorite winters ever. We got a huge blizzard in Maryland, and our fucking power was knocked out for like 10 days. We were in fucking survival mode, fucking caveman mode type shit, like scooping fucking snow and letting it melt to have drinkable water, and fucking melting fucking snow in a pot on the wood stove to boil water to cook food like ramen or hot dogs. Oh, I think I would do well as a caveman. I really enjoy like those. I don't know if I would survive for that long, but I do enjoy the survival instincts. Love a shout. I hear it. Yeah, I moved to Nova, and I'm gonna be honest. I take it for granted because I don't love the area that much. I miss Maryland, but I love the restaurants, the movie like there's a lot of really crazy shit that I take for granted that I know that if I moved away from Nova, I'd be like, oh fuck, I miss this or I miss that, or I really didn't appreciate it while it was there type situation. yeah, I just want to play an Iron Man IRL. That was only fun during holiday period. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, if I was an adult that actually had to like drive to work, I'd probably be singing a very different tune. You know, I'm very privileged. Let me qualify. You know, simple power without comforts. Yeah. I think I'm a simple person. I like, you know, in a lot of ways. Nerd emoji, nerd incoming. Washington gets so much rain due to its location near the Pacific Ocean. Prevailing winds pushing moist air inland, and the what is orographic? The orographic lift caused by the Olympic and Cascade Mountains, which force the air to rise, cool, and release precipitation. These factors create a consistent pattern of rain, especially in western Washington. The educational stream, Pod. Yes, I think yes. That's the Lolo. You explained that so quickly and so succinctly in like 3 sentences, Lolo. That was a really good job. Like legitimately, that was impressive. Same with like teleport on Smeargle. That's a great thing is like if you need to learn a certain move that like you want that move to fail and you can sketch it. So like teleport is the same way. Like on teleport you teleport with no other Pokemon in your party and then sketch that and the teleport will fail so you get the move. I think I would have fun if I went out but I lost internet for a few days or not. Yes, that's yeah. No James, no friends, no MMO. I would be really stressed about like not being able to do my job. That would freak me the fuck out. I'm not gonna lie. But if it's one of those things like yeah. I'm holding on to that childlike wonder, you know. I love the idea. If I was financially secure enough, I love the idea of like a no internet day. Like I talked about this with my wife, like unplugging the fucking. It sounds like so. What a dramatic thing, but it's like not that big of a deal at all. But like unplugging the router for a day, you know, and being forced to entertain ourselves. Because I like physical media collecting, so the idea of like, I really like the idea of like no internet for a day, and I'm forced to like watch the DVDs I have, watch the VHS, play the consoles and video games that I have. That, you know, I think having that being limited can sometimes breed creativity, which is why kids can do so much cool shit, like make fucking cardboard box houses type shit. I love that no blender is one of your first. Do you mean like the program, or do you do you like eat so many foods with a blender? Do you mean the kitchen appliance or the software blender? I was like, I don't know which one. I don't, you know. I would lean software. That would make a lot more sense. But I like to imagine the archetype of a person who's like, fuck, I hope my power doesn't go out because then I won't have my blender. I couldn't make smoothies. Like, that's their first priority. That's quite good. I mean, that's kind of that guy's living the dream. I love smoothies. You know? That guy's probably the happiest one out of all of us. On Tuesday, maybe I gotta rewatch that movie, apparently, Kyle's. Actually try to learn, you know, appreciate it. A music pause? Yes, it did. Turn that shiz back on. There we go. Something global that I should have put on could have been you. I fucking hope not. Don't. Why? You guys mention shiny Ponyta too much. It curses me. Okay. I've already had a Ponyta here. I don't need a. If I get another Ponyta, my fourth one in total. I do. So what's crazy is I hate shiny Ponyta so much, but I actually have more shiny rats than ponies. I have 3 shiny Raticates and 1 Rattata, but those didn't hurt me as much because they were expected. The rats hurt less. The rats were often gotten while time swipe hoarding. One of the rats was the rats haven't ruined my brain. Correct. The Ponytas fucked my brain. Was insane. The fact that I said anything but Ponyta for months and months and months and then got the second. The problem is that almost all of my shiny Ponytas and Rapidashes are from single encounters. That's what's annoying. The one on the Ironman account was time swipe hoard at least. I wasn't hurt by it as much. I'm excited for event season to be over just so that I can full shiny hunt on the Ironman account. I like the idea of, I don't think, has anyone done this yet? I want to purposefully try to go dry. There's not a whole lot you have there in terms of the control, but like, I feel like it'd be a good, I feel like people, I'm going to bring up my favorite meme image, okay? But I feel like people are forgetting the reason at least the reason most people shiny hunt, you know? Which is the journey. I kind of feel like since I've stopped shunting and stopped talking about it as much, I kind of feel like it's going by the wayside in the community. Maybe I'm putting too much self-importance on myself, but that's what it feels like. I like the idea of doing a series where I literally shiny hunt with the purpose, trying to go as dry as possible to show people. It's like the game of Sisyphus, you know? Going wet on a shunt means less content. It means a less meaningful shiny. If you think about it enough, if you loop in your brain philosophically enough, you come to the conclusion that going dry on a shiny is actually more meaningful and actually better for your experience. And if you truly shiny hunt for the correct reasons, you want to go dry on some shunts. Some shunts, not all shunts, to be fair. But like you want the full range of experiences. But like, I feel like going dry would be nice. I'm at that point of psychotic activity. Play doll is cool. You're just wondering about Hitmonchan? Why you're running a Hitmon? Are you like single encountering in Victory Road or some shit? What are you doing? As soon as you hit 30,001 encounters, you should complain nonstop. Giga Chat. That's what you'll get the shiny faster. True. But in James today, I cannot. But obviously, you guys probably, you know. Hell yeah, good luck. Just assistant sketch. Yeah, that should work as long as your Smeargle is slower than your. Make sure your assist Pokemon is faster on point. Yeah, and don't have any other Pokemon in the part. Like, yeah, only your. Why is it always Quick Claw? This is like getting insane. I think I've literally gotten, for reference, I think I've gotten 8 Quick Claws in this. I think I've been at this for about an hour now. Maybe a bit less, I'm not sure. I've gotten like 8 Quick Claws and 2 Amulet Coins, which honestly, I mean, I'll take 2 Amulet Coins to be fair. But what is my luck recently on Amulet Coin farming has been in the gutter, which is honestly deserved because this account has been so fucking lucky. So it's honestly RNG evening out. We'll take it. We just push through. I'm not a huge, I respect, like, shiny Charizard is obviously great. I would never hunt for Zard. Like, it's not for me, you know? It's not my favorite shiny. It's not like, not a shiny I would ever hunt personally. Have I gotten a rare? Yes. Not on the Iron Man account, but yes, I've gotten, I went for a Tornadus Shunt. Took 32,000 or so total encounters, 22,000 eggs, 10,000 or so fossils. Item Magnet Charm? Yeah, if only I had proper access. I might have one, to be fair. I have two. I hate that these were only available. Maybe it's worth to use this. Maybe if I was really locked in. Yeah, this is the Iron Man. What's up, Meko? I pretty much almost solely play the Iron Man these days. That's like I've been on the main a bit more honestly recently, trying to look for money making methods and explore money making guides for the channel. The easy way is Frisk. The easy way. I have a guide on this as well. If you're looking for it, like how to amulet coin farm. Let me try to find it. I do think amulet coin farming is better again. I think it was not very good for a sec, but now it's kind of gotten better again. This video explains the strategy. Does not worth to use item magnet charms? I have 2 item magnet charms on the entire account and no way to get more potentially for it depends on the XMAS event. I don't want to utilize one of the 2 charms that I have potentially for the rest, you know, for a long time right now. In the future, probably yes, but I have to think about it. You know, what is the best thing to utilize an item magnet charm for on the Iron Man account? I don't know. Probably amulet. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe amulet coins. Probably amulet coins. If you have riches charms, it depends on how many riches charms you get. If I get riches charms for the upcoming XMAS event, probably not, right? It really depends. Gotcha. What's a tier? If you're just using the Frisk strat with no PokeMMon, you kind of have to just thief through each one. You can watch. So what I do, a small tip is you can watch the battle. If you see a quick claw proc, if you frisk a Meowth horde and only see one frisk proc, and then you see a quick claw activation, you can just leave the horde immediately after, because it means the only item in that horde is a quick claw. You don't need to waste your time like completing the whole horde. I would just leave and go back, you know, keep going for amulet coins. Hopefully that helps some. Other than that, there's not a great with no PokeMMon. You have to just keep thief through each one. But it's a bit slower, but it's not like that crazy slower, you know. It's still a totally valid way to do the amulet coin farming, especially when you're like just getting started. You know, you could like do that for a few hours, get a PokeMMon or get a whatever, you know, build up from there. I need to test. If you're on a main account, using item magnet charms is really, really good for this. Shouldn't be an F. I haven't recorded anything. Hope not. Brit F. Okay, come on. It's from the new ping update. They're like effing on Twitch. Fuck. No F. Thank you for the heads up. Did you mean I'm doing the same tactics? Cool things. Yeah. So there's someone else. Thank you very much. Yeah, no. If you're a main account, you can use item magnet charms, which I definitely recommend doing. If you're an Iron Man account, you kind of just have to tank it, you know. Amulet coin farming on an Iron Man account is so RNG reliant. You will have hours where you get 2 amulet coins, you know, and then you'll have hours where you get 12. It's so weird. It's like the most RNG dependent one of the more like item farming is definitely one of my least favorite parts of the Ironman account, but it's something you gotta fucking buckle up and do, man. You know, I love the account overall. It allows me to do other things that I love doing. It's not that bad. I like that I get the shiny hunt at the same time. I like that, like, I have a chance. I would love a shiny Meowth. I would love a shiny Meowth. It'd be, if I get a male Meowth, fantastic field day group breeder. If I get a female one, fantastic payday pickup. I would love to replace my, like, payday pickup Meowth with a shiny one. I'm gonna reach a point on the account where I'm literally, like, releasing level 100 utility mons, which is kind of crazy. I can chill. Yeah, no, exactly. No, that's exactly. Find the right level of, like, efficiency versus fun. That's been like a common talking point of this stream, is like everybody's levels are. I try to encourage people, like, think of PokeMMO as percentages, or any game, honestly, and do whatever works best for you. In my opinion, what makes people enjoy a video game the most is some mixture of efficiency and fun, right? And you have to figure out, like, what, for me, like, I think like 60 to 80% efficiency plus like 20 to 40% fun or goofing off reaches peak level enjoyment, right? You have to be efficient to some extent to have fun, because otherwise, like, if you aren't efficient at all, you'll fall behind. You won't be able to do raids. You won't be able to do the activities or the achievements or accomplishments you want to do. Okay, Albandi, my boy, Pog. So there is some level of efficiency you got to do, but it's finding that balance, you know. I don't know if I have, Tom. Dude, the item drop change. I don't know why they did that. Yeah, I don't know. It seems awful still. Still don't love what they have done, but yeah. He's breeding shinies. That is cool. I haven't gotten there yet. But I think at some point, like, that's the path. What's up, IGN Danny? How you doing? I feel like you just subbed. Thank you for the 8 months of Prime. Having fun? I'm doing pretty good, man. I hope, you know, you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Wintertime is stressful, but, like, when I'm streaming and when I'm live is probably one of my lesser stressed moments of my life right now, which is pretty sick. Like, you know, that's a pretty good thing, you know? I love streaming. I love being live. I love talking to you guys, playing PokeMMO, just trying to have fun. Like, I think a lot of life right now is people getting caught up in semantics, people getting caught up in, like, the, you know, pedantic discussions, when in reality, we all just need to turn our brain off and play a video game. not exactly, you know what I mean? Like, I wish we could just come together a little bit more and, like, kind of hang out. Shmeem. I'm trying to get better at that. Like, I'm not good at that. One of my biggest problems is I take everything too seriously. It's one of my biggest flaws, you know? When in, like, life is more about having fun. Life, like, obviously you want to leave a positive impact. Like, that's really important, don't get me wrong. How many steps this week? It has not been great. It's better than it was prior to the touch grass challenge, and I appreciate you holding me accountable and, like, saying something. I think I've averaged like 3K steps this week, which is a lot better than the fucking 1200 I was doing before, the, you know, so it has been a bit better. I do want to transition into, I haven't done this, but I want to transition, like, going to the gym and just, like, fucking pumping some iron and pick heavy thing up, put heavy thing down. I feel like that would be more fun for me right now. And, like, better, like, I don't even mind, like, being bulky. I'd rather just, like, I need to, like, work on the fucking shaping of my shit, you know? My shit getting too flabby. I don't like that. I don't like that. For Articuno, dude, nice. I love shiny Meowth, man. Another Quick Claw. That's crazy. Shape it up, man. Yeah. There's always gonna be people that don't like me, and I don't mind if you don't like me, but please leave me alone. Please don't, you know. That's all I ask. People cannot like me, but please don't harass me. Like, please. That's all I ask. From human to human. What's the deal? There's a million things you can do. No, it was in chat, Cody. It was YouTube, yeah. What are you gonna do? No, not no, definitely not, Blake. No, you're fine. I don't want to. It's whatever. Round is a shape, so say you're a shape. Yeah, based. Human. I appreciate it, man. Yeah. What's up, Brucey? Advice for flipping? Honestly, I just haven't done as much flipping over the past bit, so I'm not the greatest person to ask right now. This is so, man, it's ironic. Someone just came in to harass me. I go to their YouTube channel. Their one upload is a video called Faith and Church. Nice, dude. You're definitely doing well. You're definitely healthy. Insane. It's so sad. It's so sad. I'm not shocked. Yeah. In the videos talking about morality. For those who don't know, there are a group of people who are harassing me on the internet. They've been doxing me. They've been digging up some of my greatest traumas to try to attack me and harass me. And I've just ignored them. I've just been trying to ignore them and trying to make good PokeMMO content and get through all of it. And they haven't stopped. I haven't given them any. It's crazy. For those who I've been getting doxxed by Nazis online over the past 2 months or so. It's been insane. It's been the hardest month or two of my career. And if you want to, yeah, all I ask is make sure you support the content creators you do. Don't watch the ones you don't, and just live your life. If you don't like me, that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with not liking me. Just don't talk to me. Don't engage with me. Go do something. Your time is better spent. You have more things to do in life. Your time is more valuable than to waste it on a little guy like me. I'm just a little guy, you know? They could just, yeah. No, you're fine, Blake. It's definitely not you. I appreciate it, Emo. I really do. Misery loves company, yeah. It sucks. I appreciate it, dude. For the level, yeah. I don't want to. We don't need to. Yeah. I love you guys too, and I appreciate it. I'm trying to ignore it. I'm trying to just play the game that I love. That's all it is, man. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, no, the thing that I try to keep in mind is like people are having a rough time right now, and I think some people are projecting that onto me, which is not fair. But I also feel for them because like life's really hard for a lot of people, and that's like I worry, you know, that their life is rougher than what's happening or whatever, right? Like that sucks. I appreciate you guys. I'm in the grass. Fight me 1v1. Let's see what we can do. Yeah. I think, yes. I think a lot of people are really radicalized right now. I think a lot of people are really radical, really extreme. And I'm just trying to, like, remain reasonable. And it's a hard world to be in right now as a reasonable person, which is, like, so sad and also, like, cringe and victimizing to say, but, like, yeah. I think a lot of people feel the way that I feel right now, where, like, we're just trying, like, nobody's really a good person. We're all just trying our fucking best, and other people who are trying their best are getting torn down by people who gave up. There's a lot of people who have given up on the system, given up on life, given up on trying to be good. So they're trying to tear the other people down who haven't given up. And all you can do is not fucking give up and keep going. Best form of Pokemon used when legendary hunting. There's a Golurk is like slightly the best, but like any Swarmon will probably do fine. Any Swarm, any Illuminate, any Nogramon you like. But I keep moving, yeah. What I've been through in my life, this has been one of the hardest parts of my career. But what I've been through in my life, this is a fucking cakewalk. They have no idea. The John Man, yeah. So I don't talk about it very much because I try to be fucking charitable and leave these people, like, I try to, but they just keep and there's a certain point where, like, the nuke will get, like, yeah, suffering, yeah. There's a lot of fear right now in the PokeMMO community, a lot of anger, and we need to just come together and talk and have conversations and just, you know, yeah, for sure, Cody. Yeah, the PokeMMO community is amazing. It's yeah. It's honestly people who aren't in the community anymore. It's people who have quit the game or are in other spaces who are still hating on. It's like people who have been, like, exiled from the game who are so mad about it they, like, still attack people in the game when they're not even. It's insanity. Just move on. Live your life. I'm such a small little nothing person. That's, you know. How come? A lot of misinformation, a lot of valid frustrations from nerfs and from it being more difficult to make Pokeyen in the game right now. But the problem is that there's a lot of fear being spread to newer players who aren't experiencing those same problems. There's a lot of valid concerns, but I think the problem is right now, every time if a 5% negative thing happens in PokeMMO, the community, not all of it, but some part of the community reacts with 100% vitriol. And our margins are so off, you know? That's the problem. All we can do is stand tall and be honest workers and earnest people and just keep fucking working hard every single day, waking up, fighting through it, and we just keep going. And supporting those who fucking have earnest intentions and good goals and want to just... If our goal is to make PokeMMO the best game possible, let's talk about that. Let's work together and focus on that rather than infighting and getting lost in semantics. Yeah. There's more doomsaying in PokeMMO than I've ever seen. We're like, I've seen the game almost die. I've seen the game back in 2014 almost die. Down to like 1,000 to 3,000 active players. We are so far from that. It is laughable. People saying the game is dying is like, you're so far from reality. There are problems. Once again, there are problems to solve, but instead of being like, we need to nerf alphas, we need to do these things, the market's in a bit of a decline and it's affecting new players in these ways, they're like, fuck it, everything, nuke it, blah, 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 blah. It's extremism, and we need to logically check extremism, you know? We're amulet coin farming, weeb. Yeah, there's a loud minority of PokeMMO that's complaining a lot, and yeah. There is a quiet majority that just enjoys the game, and that's what it's all, you know, all about, man. I appreciate it a ton, Roni. Thank you so much. There are people that are trying to take me down, and they know that they cannot take me down in a one-on-one content battle. So their only chance is to play dirty. Their only chance is to try to tear me down, and they're fucking losing, and that makes them miserable. Very slowly. The game's grown almost entirely over the past 5 years, and it's arguably taking a small slump, but it's not. Yeah, it's the same way. Like, if a market goes up 10% year over year and then drops 8% after like 10 years, everybody tweaks, you know? Do you have any videos suggested this mods or conflicts in the game? For example, like the breeding items, like stats, speed, and attack. Add this mod or I don't know if I understand the question, Pedro. I'm sorry. That's my fault. I'm sorry. I really appreciate it, Brucey. I'm trying, man. I just encourage people to be skeptical and to critique and like think logically about things. There are a lot of bad actors right now in the PokeMMO space, and if you think critically, you can see through those bad actors very, very quickly. Yeah, no, that's also, it's all perspective. It's all perspective, and that's a great point, Alvaro, you know? I think an MMO with a market really, like, I think an MMO really does need a certain amount of players. GB Weed, thank you for the prime. I really fucking appreciate it, dude. Much love to you, man. It's really honorable to have a legend like you subscribe, dude. It's one of the only things I've ever been good at, gaming fan. Yeah. Much love to you, Son. Happy to see you again, dude. Nice, the item. That's all from Super Strings, Pedro. Most of that. I can link you the thing for that. Hate watchers. I don't mind the hate watchers. I don't like the illegal doxing. Can we stop that maybe? And the illegal, like, yeah. And the hate comments. Not just normal hate comments, but like hate speech. That's been a little extreme over the past month. We're Amulet farming right now, GB Weed. Seen Phantasy Star? Yeah, every game, every community is different. I think having enough players for a healthy economy is really important. But the problem is when an economy dies, it's really hard to revive that game. If a game's economy dies, it's really, really hard to revive that. The friendly match. I understand why. Yeah. As a viewer, you have a lot of power. I recommend you choose the content creators you watch wisely and stand up against hatred if you see it. That's all I can, you know. There's a reason I don't allow, and if you ever see it, let me know. I don't allow any hate towards content creators, and it happens in my Discord sometimes, and I usually ban or time people out. If you ever see someone hating on another content creator, hey, I will, you know, take care of it. I don't want that in my community. But other communities don't do the same thing. They encourage it. Really good game entirely. Yeah, it's sad. I know vaguely. I don't know like the Habbo Hotel like development history. I know vaguely about Habbo Hotel, but I don't know like the full like development history. So you boy the British? That is true. Me and we banter, bro. The back and forth banter memes. I like that. Grumpy Gator is a fucking sick name. Thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate it, dude. Also, Vamp Z reminds me of like the Vampanese from fucking Vampire's Assistant. Cirque de Freak, yeah. I would love to I don't know if it'll be good as an adult. I'd love to reread that series. I've purchased shinies to flip. In breed. I don't know if I've ever purchased a shiny to like keep. If I ever go too far, I appreciate you telling me, Sammy. It's a goal of mine. I try to keep the banter. I think sometimes British people get hated on too much. Like British food, right? Like British food is a bit funny, but the fucking beef Wellington, that shit looks amazing. Beans on toast, beans on toast, full English breakfast. I'm sure the full English breakfast would be like good. I'm sorry if I baited you on the 1v1, Nicholas. I'm gonna pass for now, man. I'm sorry, dude. I appreciate the offer though. No, I just want to move on research. I appreciate you guys' support, but I don't want that. Yeah. Is it true that the AI in the regular store mode is scaled to be more difficult than other games? Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It feels, yes. No, the PokeMMO AI is a bit more difficult, as well as like their Pokemon can often be like EV trained or XP trained, as well as have access to certain like items. One of the scariest things to see in a storyline run is things like Fire Gem, Fire Blast, Growlithe on like the SSN, you know? You'll see like multiple frisk, double frisk. Okay. I could see that, Sammy. I could see that. The full English breakfast does not look bad to me. It looks more like a plate. I've always said like a plate of leftovers that don't really go that well together, you know? That's my main, which is not that much of a criticism, but that's my main beef with it, you know? I need to reinstall it, Gaming Fan. I need to reinstall it. I need to hop to the other Weavile. I don't know if they'll still be imprisoned after I switch like this. I don't think they will be. I probably need to switch back to my Frisk King and then go imprison and go back to the other Weavile. Oh, I went to the wrong one. Fuck. Oh, that kind of stinks, actually. Fuck. You want to put value on your account, how much you value to be worth? Main account? Like right now I'm on the Iron Man account. I'm not even on the main account, right? So it's a good question. Like I just don't know the answer. My net worth on my main account is probably like 600 to 800 mil. My guess. I don't think so, Grumpy, but I could be wrong. I don't think the size. It depends. I'm not sure. It's a tough. I'm not a lawyer. I don't want to weigh out. I don't want to be too much out of my depth, you know. I found out what the full breakfast is basically a salty meal. As a Portuguese dude, I'm just used to breakfast consisting of pastries and sweet. I mean, that is okay. Why not both? Like I think a lot of breakfasts. It is funny how many breakfasts are like eating like a sweet like a sugary cereal, like I think for like the start of the day. I don't know if it's a myth, but it does feel better. If you're gonna eat a sweet, you might as well do it for the start of the day to like have the like sugar rush. But isn't sugar rush a myth? Is sugar rush a myth? Scientific studies have found no causal link between sugar consumption and hyperactivity in children's or adults. It's weird because it, like, I don't know, it's one of those things that really, really feels real. Mixed evidence, apparently. From my understanding, like, scientifically, sugar rush is a myth. But it's one of those things that feels fucking right, like, you know. You have memories of it. Maybe it was just the caffeine from soda that was doing that. I don't know. Rather than, like, sugar rush from, like, a candy bar or whatever. I was just curious. No, it's a good, you know, it's fair. Use this game yet? I don't think they could. This has been discussed like for years and years and years. I have a few videos talking about it. If you look up like, will PokeMMO ever be shut down? Let me go find it. I don't believe Nintendo could take down PokeMMO if they tried. Well, the real meme is over time. The most likely thing would be they could like war of attrition them in court. I don't think they would win the case. But I'm no lawyer. I'm no lawyer at all. Copyright law is also one of the most subjective. Like, there's no right answer. Like, copyright law is one of the most like back and forth like things, and you usually look at previous cases to make decisions on current cases with copyright law. The client, yeah, it's a fancy emulator. It's not a yeah, because they don't supply the assets. Was it a cultural thing? Yeah. I mean, I love a pastry for fucking breakfast, dude. Donuts is one of the dumbest ones. Is a donut breakfast? Like, that's crazy, you know? The least likely way is to make a game to compete. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Did donuts and tea? Okay, that is the most British. I'm assuming you're British. That's based on. I would try the fuck out of it. I'm not a huge croissant guy. Okay. I respect that croissants are objectively great and like the texture, like the layering. Croissants are like a beautiful fucking carb. But I'm not a huge. I'll eat a croissant, obviously, but I'm not gonna like. I don't know. I would pick a croissant so low on my list of breads. It can be so bland. Yeah, maybe that's the texture. They're carried by the texture. The flavor is like fine. I love a scone. Scone has the flavor. Add butter. Maybe I should be adding some butter. Almond croissants. Even them, I don't love. My wife got some like cheddar cheese croissants recently. Me and my wife were literally just talking about how like we might just need to go to like a local bakery. Like I think like just waking up on a Saturday morning and fucking going to a local bakery sounds so goated. Like it's so simple, but it's like we need to also. I think me and my wife, when we want to like eat food out, we look at like we don't like order off DoorDash. We look at DoorDash for local restaurants. We like look at certain things, right? And I almost feel like we need to resort to our caveman roots and just like go drive out into the city and just see what's around. Because a lot of restaurants, a lot of good local stuff also just isn't on DoorDash, isn't on, you know, as prevalent online. Great question. I severely recommend, Martin. I severely recommend prepping Pokemon for your first region will be your hardest one because you can't prep stuff. You should 1000% EV train Magikarps, you know, prep Gyarados, things like that heading into your next region. A pub crawl? Yeah, fuck, a bakery pub crawl? That's fucking sick. That's amazing. That's kind of genius. $60,000 encounters. That's also really single encounter as well. Is so tough, dude. Good luck to you, man. $60,000 singles, like, so the difference between 60,000 horde encounters versus singles is just so severe. If you're in, I do like Kanto as a starting region for like that exact purpose. Being able to go to the Kanto Safari Zone and farm a bunch of Magikarps is super good. Depends on the end goal for the new account, whether or not to give the account will be the type Pokedex or not. Or what was that in reference to? I totally forgot what we were talking about. Oh, like new Pokemon and such. I'm not sure. I don't know. It depends. Like, I feel like. What do you? Can you explain GB Weed? I don't know if I understand what the meme is. What the reasoning for that is. Gotcha, GB Weed. No, yeah. I could be wrong. I don't really think about Pokedex completion when starting a new account. I feel like the best strat for that is just like complete all 5 regions as soon as possible and then get like a level 100 Breloom and then go back and like retroactively. That's a question I do see a lot of, like, is it worth to try to catch a bunch of mons during the storyline to work on your Pokedex? I don't really think it. I mean, some along the way quickly, sure. But I kind of think it's better to just rush if you really care about, you know, whatever, right? Yes, the ability does, AJ, yeah. I care more about just rushing through and then going back retroactively and catching them all. All right. Yeah, I'm curious how many people will prep alts for raids is kind of interesting. Yeah, there's an event that drops at Christmas called the Christmas event. I really enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun. I mean, hopefully this year, I'm curious to see what they do. It's possible they bring back elf bots and like those sort of mechanics this year, which would be interesting to see. We might see like new mechanics brought back, which would be cool. Ult for raids. You don't need an ult for raids. Ult accounts are just really powerful in Pokemon. Like the more ults you have, the more Pokeyen you can make and things like that. You don't need ults. They're just nice. Net storage. Is that Pog, dude? Fucking hell yeah, Spidget. I know that was a PvP bug you guys were talking about, right? Hell yeah, Spidget. They would do. I don't know. I don't know what the rewards would be. It'd probably have to be something like bring back the mechanic, but then not have the elf bot rewards. I was shocked last year when they talked about potentially bringing back elf bots. I assume it would just be for like the mechanics, like the game itself. The farm. Yes, absolutely, Brucey. Yeah. Or even like if you want to not be logged in on the same time, you can also what's it called? What channel? I'm on channel 1 right now. You can see it in game, top left. I'm just Amulet Coin farming. I'm just over at channel 1. Channel 1, Island 1 Kanto. Yeah, I didn't even see it. Yes, I didn't see any PvP stuff listed in the bug fixes. That's cool. Yeah, what the hell? That's cool, Spidget. I'm happy to hear it was fixed, man. It was a bust for me. Amulet Coin farming is really tough. I can't imagine they would ever bring back the like same elf bot costumes from before. There's both a Christmas event and a Lunar New Year event. Good question. Yeah, that's really good news that they just did that, right? I changed channels. You should be able to go to the bottom right and click the little community tab and then click change channel. That's a good quick question. It's not like that intuitive. All these quick, dude, look. I'm getting so many fucking quick claws. Okay, honestly, I'm up to 11 amulet coins. I'm just gonna keep going. I know that's the most exciting piece of content, but I'm kind of just enjoying the grind today. 124K. Is it actually that much Pokeyen? To be fair, I might end up selling that. That's hilarious. I never even thought about that. Someone in my chat said 124K sitting right there with the amulet coins. Or not the amulet coins, the quick claws. I didn't even think about that. I could just sell these quick claws, which I might do in the future. About 1,000 Pokeyen a piece to a Pokemart. I have 124 quick claws. I do not need all those. You know, I could sell like 120 of them really easily. And then I'm up to 11 amulet coins. I could probably stop here, but if I'm enjoying the grind and I'm in the pattern, I want to just keep going. You can never have enough amulet coins on an Ironman account, I feel like, unless you have like a ton of riches charms, which I am curious to see. Riches charms, all the charms were really difficult to get during the recent Halloween event for me. I'm curious to see how much easier they will be, hopefully, in the XMAS event. If they're easier to farm, like the nicer bags, that would be insane for the account. I have never really liked hard scale farming. I'm not a huge advocate of it, but like it's personal depends. Some people really like it, so and swear by it. I don't know which is better between the two off the top of my head right now, AJ. I'm mostly playing an Ironman account, so I'm honestly not up to date super well on like the markets and like what's the best money making methods and like that. I know like the average and like the main things, but not on like specifics of like comparing like that. It's a good question. Breeding speedles for profit. It can be. I'd have to like double check the market. Breeding for profit in general right now is just really strange. It's really hard right now to breed 2x31s for profit because of alphas. You have to breed like 2x31 plus nature or like 3x31s or things like that. And not everybody wants 3x31. So that's like the other tough, like alphas are just really hurting that market. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick AFK break, take a stretch break, go outside, just take a breather. I'll see you guys in like 5 minutes. Okay, I'll be right back. 1 sec. All right, guys. All right, fellas, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just call it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked the stream and the stream recap. Like the video if you did, dislike if not, subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos every single day. I do upload a video every single day. Follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord's down below if you're interested in that. If you want to go above and beyond and support the content, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, things like that. Super helpful. Have a great day. Play PokeMMO. Enjoy yourselves. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Peace, Reno. I love you guys very much. Have a good Tuesday. I'll see you guys.